gain power. Destabilize, make capitalism enter the Marxist utopia. That's what they want, that's what they want. Abolish capitalism. These are the portals of the woke. Letting actions, words they invoke. From pushing away the Marxist dreams in the dance of power. Scheme and scheme in every move, the agenda gleams. Remember, nothing's ever as it seems. So this will answer
Bro, what the fuck was that shit show? What the fuck was that shit show? I really should have left that Twitter space probably half an hour ago. But I was really holding out hope. I was holding out hope that maybe there would be something productive. But really, like, as soon as, what was his name? Truth? What a retard. Like, as soon as Truth started talking, I really should have left the space. As soon as Witsit I'm sorry. I am not going to treat a flat earther as though he's a serious person. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. That's stupid. You know, the thing is like, when I said I would do this space, it was because I had had a really good conversation with Zach. And Zach and I may not agree on everything, but Zach and I were able to talk and be civil with each other. And Zach was able to teach me things, and I was able to teach him things. And it was a really good conversation. The first part of the space, I thought was okay. What I really would have liked, what I didn't like about it was they kept trying to get me to say, they want to be like, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. That's what they wanted me to say the whole time. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, maybe, but do you actually want to have a conversation about something that like, is not the same conversation you guys have every day? Like, it was so annoying to me. I'm just going to rant for a little while about that experience. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then, you know, we'll catch you up, I guess. But, like, it was so, like, Carlin, don't you think that it's part of some bigger fucking conspiracy? And don't you think that it's there are bigger people that are overseeing all this? And I feel like I kept being like, I feel like I kept saying, no shit, Sherlock. Like, I feel like I actually kept agreeing with them, like, yes, you're right about that. Yes, you're right about that. Yes, you're right about that. Yes, you're right. It was a fucking struggle session. They turned into a fucking group of leftists. It was a fucking struggle session. And it was like, literally the only reason I agreed to do that space was because the conversation with Zach had been so good a couple weeks ago. And I was like, you know what? If we can have one good conversation and Zach really recommends this guy, maybe we can have another good conversation. But it was like, the moment Stu Peters entered that space, I was like, I'm out, bro. I'm out. I'm out. And again, like, I really should have left probably about, yeah, the word Jew is nowhere on her page. I literally tweeted 2 fucking days ago, it's the Jews. Do they, like, is the expectation that I'm going to be tweeting every hour on the hour saying the things they want me to say? Is that really the expectation? Is that the cost of entry? Is that they're going to be able to dictate how many times I say the word Jew per day in order to be listened to? They can go fuck themselves. I have other shit to do other than kowtow to these people, fragile sensibilities. Yeah, you disagree with me, therefore you're a Jew, bro. Like, fuck these people, man. Leonarda is one of the dumbest bitches on the entire internet. I'm sorry. I refuse. Like, I made one attempt to interact with her when she was being a bitch in my feed, and she proved to me very, very quickly that she didn't know what I was talking about. And this was like several weeks ago, then she tried to get her audience to ratio me, and it didn't actually work. Her audience did not ratio me, but she actually, like, Leonardo, like, came in and she was like, enjoy the ratio, bitch. And then I got like 2 responses from it. So she's just a dumb bitch, man. Like, I don't need to acknowledge that person. That is stupid. Come on. Like, why would I spend my time interacting with these people? Nick says, I'm still listening to that space. They really have no idea what's going on. They're so tunnel. No, they have, like, listen, no, I won't say that. I won't say they have no idea what's going on, but they're so, they have knowledge about a very specific thing. So I won't say that they have no idea what's going on. That is not something that will come out of my mouth. But to say that I'm controlled opposition because I won't tweet the requisite amount that it's the Jews, the Jews, the Jews, when Witsit couldn't even find, literally all my tweets said 2 days ago is it's the Jews with a screenshot of James Lindsay talking about communists. And Witsit's like, Carlin, I just did an expert search of your page and you've never said the word Jews. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. So Witsit, like, I am expected to take Witsit seriously when he's a flat earther, but I'm also expected to take him seriously when he can't find a tweet I sent 2 days ago that literally says it's the Jews. I'm supposed to take that guy seriously? I'm supposed to treat that guy like he's smart? Can we just have a moment of, like, hinging into the real world? I am not going to kiss the ass of someone that can't do a basic Twitter search, okay? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all in any way. Well, I did have fun for part of it, but at the end, I was just like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, when they just kept going on and on and on and on and on about, like, Dylan Mulvaney, I was like, I wanted to be like, how many of you have kids in public schools? Which, like, most of them probably don't have kids because most of them probably are not married because this is all they do with their lives. So they don't need to worry about it. It's like this is why they're so focused on Dylan Mulvaney. Probably because most of them want to suck Dylan Mulvaney's cock. That's probably also part of the reason. We know that, right? The reason that they're so offended by trannies is probably because they want to suck Dylan Mulvaney's cock. But the reason they're more focused on that than they are on what's going on in the schools, which is obviously and clearly the most important thing that matters, is because they're fags. They're faggots. We can all agree on that, right? Like, come on. Like, oh my God. Like, you guys should have seen me. I was rolling my eyes back in my head so bad. I haven't rolled my eyes back in my head that much in years. Oh yeah. Yeah. You missed the great retardia meltdown of 2024. Like, what the fuck was that? That Leonardo chick is a psycho. And I'm sorry, like, the moment I saw her pop up in the space was the moment I was like, this can't be serious. This can't be serious. You're gonna tell me you believe this woman is highly intelligent? Listen, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I know that woman's not highly intelligent. Come on. Anyone who believes in flat earth is a delusional whack job. Yeah. Yeah, I'm controlled opposition because I don't tweet every hour on the hour that it's the Jews. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was a leftist struggle session. That's all it was, because they're leftists at heart. With Zach alone, where we were having a civil conversation, it was fine. And I actually think it would have been fine had it just remained like a conversation. And really what I would have liked, do they have any evidence at all? Do they have any receipts at all? Because I feel like I make my position very clear on this. I feel like I made my position very clear. I only deal in primary source evidence. So if you want to convince me of something, we can talk about it. But if you're not going to give me something that I can actually look at in the real world, I quite frankly don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what Witsit thinks and his pontifications about, like, whatever the fuck he was talking about. I'm not about how many fallacies I argue. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what Leonardo thinks or whatever fucking comedy show I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that guy who claimed to be a clinical psychologist but obviously was just like a sad, pathetic old man with a tiny dick who was just compensating for. I don't give a fuck what your pontifications are about the origin of the term fascism and queer. I really don't care. I promise you, I don't care. What I care about is real world evidence. And if you can't have a conversation about what's going on in the real world where we can try to find overlaps, then there's no point in having this conversation. It's just no point. Yeah, the word Jew is nowhere on her page. Literally 2 days ago. Idiots. Idiots. Yeah, you disagree with me, therefore you're a Jew. Exactly. Oh my god. Your work is pointless. It's all low level, man. Like, what losers, my god. Well, yeah, and this is what I said. This is what I said on the space. I was like, they're like, "You're a bitch." I'm like, "Yeah, I absolutely weak men often do think I'm a bitch." 100%. Weak men will call me a bitch every day of the week. You're obviously not married. Actually, I've been married for 13 years and he's very happy and in my he's actually more dominant than me. Because I married a real man. I married a real man. Married a real man with a giant uncut cock, and I'm not unhappy about that. And who's more dominant than I am when he wants to be, and sometimes he doesn't want to be, and that's fine too. That's fine too. But the thing is that weak men don't actually ever understand this. Weak men like wither at any woman that expresses that they're intimidated by. Let's just be honest about it. Weak men wither and die anytime they're intimidated by a woman, and they couldn't boss me around and they couldn't get me to shut up, and they loved it when I kept interrupting them. Interrupting, can we just talk about the fact that interrupting Witsit over and over and over and over and over and over, it was orgasmic. It was so fun. He was so pissed off. Fuck that guy. I didn't think he was bad. I didn't mind him at all. I didn't think he was bad. But it's like once everyone else gets involved and they start ganging up, and it's like that truth guy, like this is what really pissed me off about it. It's like they're always like, "You obviously think this," and I would go, oh, "Actually, I don't think that at all." They go, "You think this, you think this." I'm like, you think there's a difference between left and right, and I was like, "No, I don't." He's like, and then they would just proceed as though what they said was valid when I was like, this is not. And that's when I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, is this about truth? Is this about having a discussion that's hinged into reality? Or are you literally just going to sit there and make shit up? They're like, you obviously think the public schools can be saved. Does anyone that actually listens to me think I think the public schools can be saved? Since when? But no, they just like make shit up. And then they pretend it's true, and then they go on these unhinged rants like, you think this, you think like, no, I don't. Fuck you. I'm not going to let you say that, like, I believe things I don't. No, this was not with the Groypers. This is why I'm only hanging out with the Groypers from now. Like this is no more of this bullshit. No more of this bullshit with the fucking dissident right who is just like, they're fucking angry and they're fucking toxic. And I went into this with the assumption and with the understanding, the explicit understanding, that it was going to be a civil, rational discussion. I don't debate. I'm not going to engage in a debate with them. I'm not going to play these games. They're like posting old pictures of me. They're calling me a pedophile, all this shit. It's like, fuck you. You are all fucking beneath me. This was like dissident right-wingers who were not Groypers, essentially. Well, the other thing too is like they kept bringing up DEI, and I was like in my head, I'm going like, do you guys do you even understand how low level DEI? You want to say what I do is low level? Do you not understand that DEI is like the most low level thing that you can possibly engage in? DEI is like several steps down from anything that actually matters. But no, they don't know that. They don't know that because these people live on Twitter. It's like, yes, Witsit is really a flat earth guy. Yeah. Yeah, like the guy who was like, I'm a great artist. It's MS Paint. And my point with asking him about art was like, he was like, what was he saying? Because like my point was like, you have to understand your enemy in order to know how to find a back door into defeating them, right? His point is, you're saying we need to take over the institutions, but they control the institutions. And I was like, that's why you find a back door. Do you not know what a back door is? And he couldn't wrap his head around this concept of like, you have to outsmart your enemy. You have to outmaneuver your enemy. When you're the scrappy underdog, you have to do things that are different. You have to do things that are creative. Because I promise you, he doesn't have a creative mindset. You either have a flexible or an inflexible mindset. You can either engage in creativity or you can't. And it's like these people that can't engage in creativity, they think that like MS Paint is like the highest fucking form of art. MS Paint is fine if you're just fucking around on the internet, but like, do I expect that person to come up with creative solutions? No. Like, go sit down and try to stay out of the way of like people who can do better. Like, yeah, excuse me, can we argue over the 19th century schoolboy definitions of fascism? And I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I genuinely don't care about the epistemology of the term queer. I don't give a fuck. Do you think that discussing the origin of the term queer is going to change the fact that 44% of high school kids in some school districts are identifying as queer? Do you really think that's going to change the fact? Well, if you don't understand history, well, you don't understand what's going on in the real world. This is the thing with all these fucking history bros. And listen, I acknowledge that there's benefit to understanding the historical evolution of these things, but if you don't understand what's going on in the real world today, and the only thing you understand is the epistemology of the term queer from the fucking 19th century, how do you expect to solve anything if you don't understand what's going on in the real world today? And your big thing is you just want to get off on getting someone to say, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is kids who are going to cut off fucking body parts because they've been indoctrinated since they were in kindergarten into a far left ideology. That's actually what I care about. So are you going to, when a kid has cut off their boobs and then a couple years later they regret that because they cut off their tits when they were 16, because they do top surgery starting at 16 and even earlier in some places, but definitely starting by 16. So if you have a kid that cut off their tits when they were 16 and around the time that they're 18, they come to regret that because that was a really big decision that they probably shouldn't have made. Are you going to go to them, sweetheart, do you know the epistemology of the term queer is that something is really fucked up? Does that seem reasonable? That's your big solution? Okay, yeah, all right, sure, yeah. They were not capable of listening. And it's like, you guys wonder why I don't do stuff like this. This is why. This is why. I had assurances that this was not going to be a fucking debate, that this was going to be nice, that this was going to be an exchange of ideas. I said at the beginning, I want to learn from you. I want to put our knowledge together. I want to see what higher learnings we can. I thought that Zach understood. I really thought that he understood because we had a good conversation a couple weeks ago. I thought he got it. But it's like, if it's going to devolve into this bullshit where you're attacking me and like, you're fat and ugly and a pedophile, it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Well, yeah, I not only will block Leonarda, I will block anyone that follows that woman and takes that woman seriously, because like if you take her seriously, that's got to be some sort of that. I will be a fucking gatekeeper for keeping Leonarda's stupidity the fuck far away from me as humanly possible. Because if you think that woman is smart and you think that woman is funny, we are not on the same page. We have different values. I'm sorry, it's me, not you. I don't want to be around you. Go away. Witsit is a flat earther who thinks that he understands things that he doesn't understand. It would have been funny to tell them that the intersectional Free Palestine queers hate the Jews. Well, I did tell them that. I explained that explicitly. And they cried and they whined and they didn't want to hear it. And it's like, you know, bro, like... Do you guys want to find me leftists that like the Jews? Do you want to play this game? Does anyone want to give me some examples? Can anyone find me an example of any leftists who like Jews these days? Because I watch them all the time and they don't like them. Yeah, Leonardo was very perturbed at the fact that I blocked her because she desperately wanted to ratio me, and she sent 2 whole people into my feed replying to me when she did that. It was such an epic ratio. I never recovered. I know you do, Joseph. I know you do. That one doofus did not know the real origin of fascism. The word fascism comes from the Latin fasces, which denotes a bundle of wood rods that typically includes a protruding axe blade. Hey, there you go. I just couldn't believe. So basically what happened was they got into like this big conversation where they were like, do you think boycotts are effective? And I was kind of like, no, not really, because they don't work. Like nothing really changes from a boycott. And then they went on this like, no company will ever use a tranny as a spokesperson again. And I was like, well, schools are still hiring drag queens and they're still teaching kids that they're queer from the time they're 5 years old in every subject in school. But you're right, Dylan Mulvaney won't be the spokesperson for Bud Light, so that probably solves everything. So we probably don't need to worry about the fact that the schools are still completely captured and they're right now, literally as we speak, teaching this to kids at all grade levels in almost every public school in the country. But you know, Dylan, you really own Dylan Mulvaney. That was a big win, and like Bud Light's still making millions of dollars, and Dylan Mulvaney's still making millions of dollars. But like, can we please talk about something that's important? Like, I mean, my God, I left for 15 minutes because it was bad, and yeah, it was ridiculous. It was so stupid. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. Let's see, I'm just making my way through the chat, guys. I think I'm yeah. Can't someone tell them I'm a Gnostic sex cultist? Can't someone like break that down to them? Oh my God, I blocked so many people that were commenting. It was just like, what the fuck? It was a giant waste of time. It was all they wanted for me to say was it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. And I was like, I literally sent out a tweet 2 days ago saying it's the Jews. And then Witsit was like, you've never mentioned the Jews on your timeline once. I was like, really? Is there any purpose for me being here? Because like, I can just go do other things. I mean, really, like I can just go do other things. Like I don't need to be here to prove my bona fides to you morons. Like what the fuck? And the whole thing too, like what really, like, you think you're an expert in something. Yeah, I do. Yup. Yes, I do. I absolutely think I'm an expert in the far left. 100%. How dare you say you're an expert? You're talking down to us. Well, guess what? When you have watched thousands of hours of this training, then you can be an expert in the far left too. And it wasn't as though I was denying that they have expertise in things, but like really this whole idea that men, and they're always weak men with tiny teeny tiny little penises, this idea that weak men on the dissident right have, that no one is allowed to say that, like, excuse me, not no one. No woman is allowed to say, this is my area of expertise, and yeah, I've got some fucking game. That's a sign of their own insecurity. It's like, you're talking down to us. I'm sorry. You guys, you literally asked me to come and talk about this topic. You asked me to come and talk about this topic. Yes, I'm going to say I'm an expert in this topic. You want to know why? Because I have earned the ability to say I'm an expert in this topic. Well, you just watched this low-level training that no one else wants to watch, and that's why you're the only expert. Well, I'm still the expert in this, and if you don't like it, then you can cry your tears somewhere else and go back to your fucking flat earth bullshit, Witsit. I'll grant you this. Witsit is far more of an expert on flat earth than I am. Witsit is the expert on flat earth, man. Witsit is far and away the expert on flat earth. That fucking Nazi kid is the far and away the expert on being an anonymous Nazi kid on the internet. That truth teller asshole is an expert in making shit up. He was very good at that. That truth teller guy was like an expert and just really, really solid at making shit up and then pretending it was true. It was like, beautiful. You guys can be an expert in flat earth. You can be an expert in Nazi shit. You can be an expert in making shit up. But on this, on the radical revolutionary left, I am actually an expert. I'm sorry. And if that offends your fragile sensibilities, then you're a fragile, weak man, probably with a teeny tiny penis, probably who never gets laid because this is all you do all the time, and you get very, very intimidated by women who say, yeah, I've got some game in this. Like, it's sad and pathetic. Like, seriously, pro tip for all the men out there, it is sad and pathetic when you are intimidated by a woman that knows more than you about a really niche subject. Like, are they this offended at women who understand, I don't know, fucking like gardening or accounting or any other subject in the world, like rocket science? I'm sure there are women that are experts in rocket science. It's like, you're seriously going to be offended. You are seriously going to be offended at the fact that I know more than you about a specific niche topic? Grow the fuck up. Man. Dom in the streets, sub in the sheet. Well, true. True. Yeah, I mean, it's like the moment that they don't have facts or anything like of value to say, they just turn to personal insults. And this is the thing that I've noticed about the dissident right, not with the groypers. I have not had this experience with the groypers, so we need to put them in a separate thing. But like, the dissident right focuses on things about the left that don't actually matter. The dissident right focuses on the most low level. Like, what do you think about Dylan Mulvaney being a spokesperson for Bud Light? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Can you ask me a smarter question, please? Like, I really don't care. I don't care. It was a boycott. It cost Bud Light a bunch of money. Dylan Mulvaney's still a millionaire and famous. But like, and they're like, don't you think that's evidence that the Jews are in charge? Okay, fine. Like, yeah, but can we please talk about something that matters? Well, what about DEI? And don't you know that whiteness is about killing white people? I was like, fuck you. Man. Never again. This is why we don't do this. You guys keep telling me to do this stuff, and I'm like, no. Nope. This is why we don't do this. This is why we don't engage with this. You know? Yeah, they're really not that bright. They look sharp, sound smart, but they're not. You can literally make them believe anything as long as it's about the Jews. And that's it. Like, I literally could have said anything. And as long as I said, it's the Jews, guys, it's the Jews. Like, they would have believed it. And like, isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? Isn't that a sad state to be? They don't want to live in reality. They want to live in this world in which they're having their wildest dreams affirmed. And listen, man, I will have civil conversations about Jewish power. I really will. I did a couple weeks ago with Zach. I will have conversations about this. I don't actually disagree with that. But it's like when you get into a point where you're so fucking minutely obsessed with a topic that you need someone to say everything. They kept trying to guide me there every time. They're like, Carlin, isn't it the Jews? Isn't it something bigger, Carlin? Isn't it the Jews? Don't you want to say it's the Jews, Carlin? It's like, and it's not even that I disagree with them. It's just, it's mind-numbingly boring to me. It's like, are we actually going to have a serious conversation about anything that matters here? Yup, big tech was in the space. It's true. Yeah, you guys, like, I had like 4 or 5 people DM me, Carlin, do you know big tech's listening? He's allowed to listen. He's allowed. He is allowed. As long as he doesn't make fun of me on his stream, he's allowed. Witsit literally said he was going to create a homeschool curriculum because he believes in flat earth, LOL. As a homeschooler, that is not faith-based. It terrifies me. He wants to create a homeschool. I mean, well, that's part of the rub of homeschooling, isn't it? Is that homeschooling, you can teach what you want to teach. If Witsit can find a woman to sleep with him, which I strongly doubt. But if Witsit can find a woman to sleep with him, and Witsit can find a woman to bear his children, and Witsit wants to homeschool a whole brood of people that are raised to believe in flat earth, then that should be his right to do it, man. But that doesn't mean you have to use Witsit's curriculum. In fact, I would probably strongly recommend against it. Yeah, their definition of art is MS Paint and Wojak. And listen, there is a simplicity and a beauty to memes like that, and I'll acknowledge that. But the point I was making is that that guy does not have a creative, flexible mindset if he doesn't understand the idea that scrappy underdogs need to backdoor their way into things. Like, if he thinks that the only way to defeat something is to go right at it, and you not coming up in the side, not coming from the back, not sleeking in like Trojan horse style, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like this is literally a Trojan horse analogy. What I was saying is, like, you need to find a creative way to solve problems. That was the point I was making. You need to find a creative way to solve the problem. It's like, literally, build a fucking Trojan horse. Get in the fucking horse. Go into the city. Take it over. Like, and it's like he could not wrap his head around this. And then he wants me to believe that he's like this amazing clinical psychologist that's an expert in everything. No, he's a weak fucking man. He's a weak man. See, I wish that was what I thought was going to happen. That was what I was committed to. That was what I was told was going to happen. And then it didn't. So I'm really disappointed in that. Why isn't she talking about Dylan Mulvaney? Like, come on. I can talk about how the left is going to abolish the family. I can talk about how they're going to queer the family with polyamory. I can talk about all the crazy polyamory therapists that I've been around. We can even talk about how many of them are Jewish. I can talk about all the leftist activists, and we can talk about how many of them are Jewish. I can talk about all the ways in which gender ideology shows up in the world. I can talk about all the ways in which parental rights are being attacked. What do they want to talk to me about? Dylan Mulvaney. Like, do people understand how crazy that is, though? I mean, maybe, like, listen, maybe I'm just overestimating how many people are actually serious about solving fucking problems. But if it was me, if I was talking to an expert on the far left, and there are actually other experts on the far left that are not me, there are plenty of people that are smart about this. If I was having a conversation with Andy No, if I was having a conversation with Trevor Loudon, if I was having a conversation with Stu Studio, hell, even if I was having a conversation with the socialists, I've had socialists and communists on my channel. If I was having a conversation with Sophie Lewis, do you know what I would talk about? What are you actually doing to destroy the family? What are you doing to abolish gender? What are you doing to destroy parental rights? How is this showing up in the world? What's going on? What do we need to know to protect our kids? Maybe I'm being dumb and maybe people just don't give a fuck, but it's like, when you bring up, what do you think about Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney and the boycott? And wasn't it super effective because it punished Bud Light for having a tranny as a spokesperson? And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, but like, can we talk about something that matters, please? And they're literally like, you don't even want to defund the schools. I was like, bitch, you're telling me I don't want to defund the schools? I've had conversations with state legislators in New Hampshire about, like, making the property tax optional as a way to defund the schools. And then Stu Peters went, but what's your plan, Carlin? I was like, I literally just told you my plan, Stu. And I actually thought it was Truth Teller. The reason I was going to apologize to Stu was I actually thought it was Truth Teller that was doing that. And so I didn't, like, because they sounded the same to me. So I didn't realize Stu Peters had, like, joined the conversation because it sounded the same to me. So I actually did kind of feel bad about that. But then everyone kept talking over me and I was like, you know what? Fuck you. None of this is serious. But, like, when Stu Peters was like, what's your plan? I was like, I literally just told you what the plan is. Make property tax optional. And then they're like, but they're still going to demand money from the federal government. And I was like, you really think a state that makes the property tax optional with the specific intent of defunding the public schools, you still think they're going to be rushing for that federal money for the schools? That doesn't even make sense. Idiots. Idiots. I swear to God. I'm just working my way through the chat, guys. I'm way behind in the chat, but I want to No, Billboard Chris is a shill. No, 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 no. 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 Billboard Chris is a paid shill that's advancing a narrative. No, he's bad. Listen, if you get value out of these people, I won't tell you who to listen to, but I will never go near Billboard Chris. Absolutely not. No, no, no. Nope. Paid shill. They're not even dumb enough to be useful idiots. Seriously. 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 I mean, they brought so many people up. And it was like, listen, man, I'm not going to tell anyone how to run a space, but they asked me to be there. And then it was like, you're bringing all these people up that are just here to cause problems. Like, Leonardo was not going to... Can we just be honest and say that Leonardo was not going to contribute anything of value to that space other than causing problems? That was all she was going to do. So why are you bringing her up? Like, I was specifically told this was going to be a fucking civil conversation. Why am I even engaging in this low rent fucking trailer park moron? Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, I'm way behind in the chat. Sorry. I'm catching up. Hang on. I want to make sure I see what people say. I'll catch up eventually. That was a question on what was a giant waste of time. Oh, well, a Twitter space I just did. I will not make that mistake again. I bet that really pissed them off that I had... Oh, well, they didn't... They're like, the only reason you have this is because no one else wants it. I'm like, well, that doesn't actually negate the fact that I have it, does it? Like, they had no receipts. They had no evidence. That's one of the things that's so frustrating to me. It's like, you know what? I'm willing to have a conversation. I'm pretty clear that I have a very open mind about this stuff. Like, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. I'm willing to hear you out. But if your response when I ask you for hard evidence is, you're fat and ugly and a pedophile and you're stupid and what you do is stupid and we hate you, it's like, okay, I mean, fine, but that's not actually evidence and I have evidence and everything. It's like, I just don't even, I don't know how to interact with people like that. I don't know how to interact with people like that. I'm sorry. We are not on the same level. I'm sorry. I've come to accept that most people don't have the bandwidth or even the level of intelligence required to understand your content. Yo, I came to this realization a long ass time ago. I came to this realization this is why I say I have an IQ requirement on this channel. I'm not joking when I say I have an IQ requirement. My content is not for stupid people. My content is not for people who just want their preconceived biases reinforced. My content is not for people who demand to be coddled. My content is not for people who are weak. My content is not for people who are insecure. My content is not for most of the people who are in that space. That was a big fucking waste of my time, and that was my mistake. Well, I'm not going to talk about JFK on YouTube. We'll talk about that another day. I feel like I had an exceptional amount of patience. I feel like I stayed in that Twitter space probably about 45 minutes longer than I actually should have. I feel like even when I was interrupting people, I feel justified because they were lying about me. It's like, bruh. They didn't seem to be able to compartmentalize what you do and whatever they focus on outside of Zach and Ian. Yeah, I think that's... Well, that's because they're all low IQ morons for the most part. I mean, can we be blunt? It's like... I mean, I think, but isn't that a testament to Nick, though? The Groypers don't behave that way. Okay, every once in a while, the Groypers might have an emotional outburst, but we forgive them because most of them are still young. I don't mean that in a condescending way. I think that's just naturally a part of being younger. But But they really don't. They don't act that way. I've had gripers in the chat for months that they come, they listen, they learn, we have conversations, you know? They don't act that way. I did a disclaimer at the beginning. I said, here's what I'm here to discuss. I'm not going to debate you. Dom said you're a fraud in the comments section and then posted a fictional person in their quote. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Yeah, I'm a fraud, but you're posting a quote from a fictional fucking person. Okay. Yeah. MAGA identity macho men, but instead of hiding behind Rambo Trump, they whack off to Hitler memes. I mean, listen, man, I'm a fan of Hitler memes. I don't mind Hitler memes at all, but like, I don't know. You'll have to go ask him. I don't know. But listen. He and I are cool right now. There was a moment when it was really not cool and it was about to get really bad and he and I were going to go to war with each other for real. And then that shit got reined in, and I just want it to be cool. I don't want anyone doing anything to him. I want people to be nice to him. I don't want any fucking problems. Like, we're cool right now, and I want it to stay that way. So no foolishness. I mean it. Although I appreciated everyone letting me know that he was listening. I actually thought that was kind of funny. I was like, aha. Aha, I see you. I'd be interested to know his thoughts, honestly, but whatever. Let me see. Well, part of it went well, Gloria. Part of it went well. Rottweiler, thank you for the super chat. The left is counting on some incident caused by dummies like them, and they're going to cause the inevitable ban of anything that is right-wing. Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. When they were talking about, like, don't you think there's going to be an inevitable backlash against... I was like, yeah, there's going to be a backlash because you retards are going to do something stupid. Can we just acknowledge the backlash from the dissident right against the left is going to be something like Stu Peters or someone like that is going to do something stupid. That's what it's going to be like. It's going to be like January 6th, except they're actually going to kill someone. That's what the backlash that the dissident right is going to make against the left is, and that's just going to gain the left more power because the dissident right thinks they fucking know everything and they don't want to listen and they don't even understand what they're fighting against. And they just want to be poor, abused fucking victims of the world. And I feel like I said that in like the nicest way possible, where I was like, yeah, there's going to be a backlash, but it's probably going to be gay and retarded and not actually accomplish anything, just like January 6th. But what I really wanted to say is the backlash is going to be one of you morons or one of your retard followers is going to try to kill someone, and you're probably going to try to kill a tranny, and then that's going to backfire colossally and make everything worse. That's my actual answer. That's what the backlash is going to be. I'm not saying I want that. I don't want that. I'm just saying that's what it's going to be. Yeah, boycotts don't fucking work. Even the Bud Light one. Bud Light is still around. They're still making millions of dollars. Their profits aren't as big as they once were. They're still around. Dylan Mulvaney is still around. Dylan Mulvaney is still an influencer. Dylan Mulvaney is still making millions of dollars. What was actually fucking accomplished? Anything? And they can rag on me. Well, what have you done? You got a law passed. What does that mean? Listen, man. I know for an absolute fact that there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of parents who have pulled their kids out of public school because of me. I know that. I know that because I get emails, I get messages. Carlin, I am homeschooling my kids because of you. My wife didn't want to let us homeschool, and then we watched your content, and now we're home. Like, I know that. I know that my stuff has impacted real lives. I know that I had an instrumental part of getting that critical race theory bill passed. What have they done? Well, that's just in New Hampshire. You're going to save the country. I don't care about saving the fucking country. I can't save the country. I can't save the country. All I can do is try to make life better for people in my area. That's all I can do. That's all anyone can do. And if I save kids from going through the public school system, then I'm going to consider that a job well done. Bro, this Lauren Chen thing, man. I knew they were going to come for Lauren Chen at some point. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I feel so bad for her. I feel so sorry for her. She is going to go through something. And I hope she has people around her to support her. Because that's some bullshit there, man. Yeah, that Twitter space was pure tribalism. I mean, the bonus, though, is I got to block a lot of people. Like, part of when I was being quiet, I was literally just sitting here, like, blocking people that were replying and causing nonsense. I was like, okay, it's going to clean up my Twitter feed. That's fine. That's fine. Anyway, I'm catching up in the chat, guys. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. Just consider there were many listening, so you might have been heard and get some people to hear you like you have. Well, I know I did. Like, my DMs are actually, I have a ton of DMs right now, actually. I have a whole bunch of DMs from people. Some of them are retards, and we'll just block them, and we'll never have to deal with them again. But I have more positive feedback. Actually, someone says, eat Leonardo alive. Yeah, fuck that bitch. Yeah, I mean, listen. Oh, Leonardo tweeted about me. Leonardo's having a good cry. Hang on, I'm going to tweet about her. The retarded woman is having a good cry after being told that she was too stupid for me to interact with. There we go. I just posted that. Heidi sent that to me. Whatever. Oh, Stony Baloney, you sent it too? Oh, she tweeted it during the space. Isn't that nice of her? Well, you know what? Whatever. I don't really care. Like the thing is, I told you guys. Like, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Leonarda, she tried to ratio me one day, and literally, I had 2 people in my replies. That was it. So, this is what Carly Barasenko is suffering from Dunning-Kruger effect. By the way, that's not how you spell Kruger. I'm pretty sure. I have to look this up. I have to make sure. I'm almost. That's not how you spell Kruger. That's literally not how you spell Kruger. There's no fucking E. It's Cruger. I was right. Someone tell this dumb bitch that's not how you spell Dunning-Kruger. What a moron. Can someone please go and put that in the comment of that space? This specifically. That's not how you spell Dunning-Kruger, Leonarda. A little education makes her think she's superior to everyone. I am absolutely superior to Leonarda. I am 100% superior to Leonarda. Absolutely. Every day. Yeah, that's how you spell Freddy Krueger. What a retard. She also hates me because she's a fat lesbian. I'm a lesbian. I'm married to a strong Ukrainian man with a giant uncut cock. How am I a lesbian? I've never eaten pussy in my life. My God. Victor can probably hear me downstairs. He's going, ugh. Victor's going like, why are you talking on the internet, woman? Yeah, that's probably fair. Probably fair. But I am fairly certain that I get more dick than Leonardo does. And so that is that's something. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. See, that's what I'm saying. That's one of the things I appreciate about you, fluffy cow respecter. You listen to me talk about things you disagree with all the time. No, Victor is not circumcised. Confirmed. Hang on, I was gonna scroll to the. I was gonna confirm he's not circumcised. Yeah, yeah. Listen. I don't want to. I like. Okay, it's late now. It's almost 1 a.m. We can have. Let's have this talk, guys. Let's have this talk. Listen. I don't want to make anyone feel self-conscious, but there's absolutely a difference between men who are circumcised and men who aren't, and I have a preference. And I think that we should ban circumcision. Circumcision is cruel. It just does. It just does. It is like to a significant degree, at least for me. I don't know, maybe other women have different opinions. Anyway. Let me look at the other chats I missed. Hang on. And I'm one very lucky girl in a very happy 13-year marriage, no matter how many insecure, dissident right-wingers say, you're never going to get married. And then they go, you're a lesbian. I'm like, okay, well, you can think that. Just because you're not having sex doesn't mean I'm not having sex, as it turns out. Yeah, Lauren Chen is the only decent person involved in that entire affair. That is very, 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 very true. See, this is why. I'm just going to block that Malcolm guy. Like, fuck him. Honest to God. Heidi's like, did you get in a fight? She's a retard. I don't even know what to say. Gonna block him. That's too bad. That's too bad. That's too bad. Actually, no, I won't, because I don't know that he was actually the one doing it. I think it might have been the truth guy. He was nice enough. I won't block him for right now. I'm never doing another space with him, though. That was dumb. That was a big-ass waste of time. Well, probably because she would whine and cry. And I mean, who cares is the thing. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? She had to redo the whole post because she spelled Dunning wrong the first time. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Spelled Kruger wrong the second time. There is some irony to the fact that, like, can't even accusing me of having Dunning-Kruger and yet can't seem to actually spell it correctly. I mean, yeah, okay. That hoe blocked me before I had a chance to ask for a BJ and a sandwich. Oh no, but according to Leonardo, we aren't allowed to block people. Oh no. If you happen to see this, Carlin, how did Jeremy Boring end up in the epic Twitter spaces you host with Lauren? I think, I don't need to all caps that. I think Lauren invited him and he just showed up. All right, you guys don't need to see me look at my Twitter. Let's see. Victor, yep. I'm a very lucky girl. Which is why like I laugh every time like these stupid dissident right wingers are like, you're never getting married. I'm like, if you only knew. I am so lucky. See, it's true. I'm not the only one who says this. It's true. It's just different. Now that's not to say that cut men can't do the job. I mean, I'm just saying they can, but it is unfair. It is incredibly unfair. It is incredibly unfair. All right, I'm caught up in the chat now. I'm at the beginning of the chat. Remember when Carlin told Lauren Witzke that that was the best. Remember when now Lauren Witzke and I are on okay terms right now, so I don't want to dredge up anything old. Like Lauren Witzke's married now. Lauren Witzke just had a kid, so I'm not trying to. But it was incredibly funny when Lauren Witzke tried to get my husband deported. This did actually happen. And then I did a debate with her, and I was like, I'm married, Lauren, and you're not. You're a spinster. And she was broken for 3 days. Yeah, but you're not an asshole. Well, to the best of my knowledge. I don't know. Maybe you are, but there are dissident right-wingers that are fun and interesting and very smart and you can have conversations with. And then there are dissident right-wingers who are toxic fucking retards. I mean, I don't know that he thinks either way. I think it's just kind of like normal. It's not like Victor's interaction with my YouTube career is that I sit on the internet all day. Like, I mean, that's, you know. So what else to say about that Twitter space? Oh, guys, I cannot do shit like that. I can't. It sucks. It sucks the soul out of me. It's like we do smart people stuff all day. We listen to things that are difficult. We analyze them. We've created this wonderful little bubble for us where we only allow other smart people in. We kick out the dumb people. We ban them. We don't allow them into our space. And then you guys expect me to go out into the wild and interact with toxic, raging fucking morons? Come on. Why would you guys do this to me? I don't care. I don't care about convincing people who just want to go, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. I don't care. I don't care. Do you know why there aren't more people red-pilled to like the Jewish stuff? It's because the people who talk about it all the time are so annoying. I've been able to red-pill most of my community on this stuff in like a couple of months. Because you know what? I just do it. Like some of them were already red pilled, a lot of them weren't. But like, I'm like, let's watch this video together and talk about it. We don't need to be toxic. We don't need to be crazy about it. Let's just watch this video and maybe interact with some AI and ask questions to the AI. And let's just see what comes up. And no one has to go along with it, and no one has to hate anyone, and no one is required to say, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews all the fucking time. And look what's happened. I have brought so many people along in my community where they're like, yeah, that's actually kind of fucked up. Do you know why more people aren't red-pilled on the JQ? It's because the people talking about it are fucking annoying and toxic and ridiculous, and they accuse everyone of being a gatekeeper if they don't say it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. If you don't tweet a requisite number of times every day, it's the Jews. They're like you're a gatekeeper and you're just a leftist. I'm like, okay, this isn't real. This is not real. It's really not real. I wouldn't even say I was upset. Like, I wasn't upset at any point. I was just sitting here, just like, I wanted to beat my head against my desk. I was like, why is this happening? It was like, you know what it felt like, Trendolin? I felt like I was at some event where there were like a lot of children. And I don't have children for a reason, right? Like, God bless you guys who have kids. I don't, but like, I felt like I was an event where I was surrounded by a bunch of like unhinged 5-year-olds who had just had a lot of sugar, and they're yelling and they're screaming, and I literally just want to go and be like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And I wanted to beat my head against the wall so bad. So I wasn't upset. Like, I wasn't like angry. I was just like, why? 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 I was like, why did I put myself in this position? Why did I agree to do this? This was a horrible idea. What is even going on? You want me to talk about Dylan Mulvaney? I would rather do almost anything in this world than talk about how little I care about Dylan Mulvaney. I'd rather do almost anything. But Carlin, don't you think the Jews are responsible for all of the transsexual stuff in society? I'm like, I mean, okay, I guess, but like, can we talk like you know that regardless of whether or not I say it's the Jews, kids are still going to get taught this stuff in kindergarten, right? So maybe can we talk about something that matters? Because like I uh, that's what it felt like. I was like, I don't want to have these conversations anymore. Get Heidi to hook up Leo and Pearl. You get Heidi to look like you know Heidi. Most of your community is red pilled. Yes. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. We've been watching videos. We've been talking about it. It's true. It's true. And you know how I did that? I just talked to them like normal human beings and I just slid it in there. I was like, let me show you what I've learned. Why don't you look at this? But I didn't do that by tweeting all the fucking time like an unhinged fucking lunatic. Why don't you guys listen to Nick Fuentes? Let's watch Nick Fuentes together. Let's talk about it. Isn't some of the stuff he's talking about weird? Can't we get on board that maybe AIPAC shouldn't be this influential? Can we all get, like, it's just like, you don't have to be aggressive. You have to let people come around to stuff. This is a big thing to come around to. You have to do it slowly. You have to let the cognitive dissonance work. And like the people that they're like, if you don't say it's the Jews 17 times in your Twitter feed every day, then you are a controlled opposition gatekeeper. And it's like, shut the fuck up. When you speak with common sense, sometimes kids listen better, of course, without sugar. I don't think the kids were listening tonight. The kids were not listening tonight, I'll tell you that. Yes, we are going to be doing Talmud streams. We are. We're going to be doing Talmud streams on Rumble when I get around to it. Not tonight. It's 1 a.m. Yeah, I think that'd be a really good idea, actually. I think that'd be a great idea. Yeah, most people in my community had never listened to Nick Fuentes before until I started being like, why don't we just listen to Nick Fuentes? Why don't we watch Nick's analysis of the RNC? Why don't we watch Nick's debate analysis? Why don't we watch this show that Nick did? Let me show you this clip that Nick said, and it was really funny, and maybe it had some good... Many people in my audience had never actually listened to him before I showed them. I'm just saying, there are ways that you can red pill people that aren't just screaming about, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. When Linda Sarsour was speaking last weekend and making sense to me was the moment I realized that conservative pundits were all lying to me. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Ain't it a bitch that we actually agree with the far left on things? It doesn't feel good, man. It feels dirty. It's like, ew, we're friends on this. But we are libertarians, Trendlin. We have to have single issue coalitions with people. It's the way it goes. Yeah, Candace Owens is a narcissistic retard. We're gonna be watching videos about the Talmud on my Rumble channel on my other show. All right, I'm caught up in the chat. Let me check my Twitter. I especially like the people who think they're smarter than me when they come into my DMs and they're like, you're so stupid and fat. And I was like, do you know how I know that you're a retard that I have no desire to interact with? It's that your first interaction with me is like telling me that I'm like insulting me based on my looks. Yeah, everyone's sending me the Leonardo thing, and it's like, I don't really care. I don't care. They're like, you're ugly. Hey, yeah, you know what? You're blocked. What morons? Hey, I'll put this up on the screen. You guys can see. Carlin was in the space providing useful insight on her research into the far left, but they kept trying to gaslight her into talking about Dylan Mulvaney and DEI and other things that don't matter. Well stated. Well stated. Man, does anyone else have anything to say? I typically stream on Rumble at night after Nick's show, but not every night, just like when I feel it. Guys, if you want to know when I'm streaming on Rumble, then join my Telegram. Hang on, I'll get you the link. I send out a notification before I go live so you guys can come and join me. They're still talking about me. See, this is how you know I triggered them done good. This is how you know I triggered them good. I've been streaming for an hour. That means I left that space an hour ago and they're still talking about me. They're convinced that I'm Jewish. Okay, hang on. Activity. Do you guys want to see my 23andMe? Me. Hang on. So someone can post this. Someone can post this in the, I'll tweet this. Hang on. For the retards in Ian Malcolm's space who have convinced themselves I'm Jewish, who are still triggered and talking about me an hour after I left. Guys, this is my 23andMe profile. I posted this on August 13th, 2024. I am 87.9% Northwestern European, French and German 45%, British and Irish 34%, 12% Spanish and Portuguese, and if you look at the Ashkenazi Jew section, I am 0%. So I'm very sorry, retards. I'm very, very sorry. 23andMe confirmed I'm not actually Jewish. I'm very sorry. Retards. God. Let me go and I'll reply to this space. For the losers still complaining about me saying I'm Jewish. You obviously haven't, hang on, gotten any better at X searches. Idiots. Swear to God. Yeah, well, they've given me that too. I'm like, I did 23andMe like 10 fucking years ago. What do you want? I already had it. Yeah, they will say that. I already had it. I like. Do you want Ancestry.com? I've got Ancestry.com too. Jesus. Oh my God. This is why I don't do this. This happens every single time. Every single time that I try to interact with people that are not groypers on the dissident right. Every single time. This happened on Adam Green's show. And I don't blame Adam Green for that. To be really clear, I don't blame Adam Green for that. But like, this happened on Adam Green's show. This happened... I mean, we don't need to relive the meltdown with big tech because that actually wasn't as much to do about. That wasn't as much to do about this. You know, we don't need to relive that. But like, I feel like every single time I've gone into like one of these scenarios where I'm going in good faith and I'm like, I'll talk about what I understand, and you guys can talk about what you understand, and maybe we can have some common understandings. I don't know. Maybe we can do that. And then it all just goes to like complete hell. Yeah, well, I don't understand why people still humor Ethan Ralph, if I'm honest about it. Like, why? Yeah, they believe that I dated a pedo and are still mad I was invited to APAC. You know why? Because Nick Fuentes knows what's up and the Grapers know what's up. See, they're probably just fucking jealous is what it is. Please tell me that Adam Green isn't shit-talking Lauren Chen. Please. Even though I can't interact with Adam Green now because of all the big tech stuff, I still like Adam Green, and I still agree with Adam Green, and I really wish I could interact with Adam Green, and I wish I could still talk to Adam Green, and I wish I could still share his ideas, but I can't. But I don't want... Please, I don't want Adam Green to be shitting on Lauren Chen. I love Lauren Chen. They're calling me a Jew for saying that I'm smart. Okay. Are people confused about this? They said that me posting my 23andMe was a sign of guilt. Oh, see, it's like you're a Jew if you don't post it, but you're guilty if you do. Like, you cannot take this seriously. I cannot take this seriously. Come on. Yes, I am guilty of being Aryan. I am guilty of being Aryan. True. They're calling you a Jew for saying that you're smarter than it. Listen, and again, I'm just going to be very blunt. Okay, let me ask this. One in the chat, if I am smarter than anyone on the internet regarding what the radical revolutionary far left is doing in the country right now. 2 in the chat, if the people that I was in the Twitter space with are smarter than me regarding what the radical revolutionary left is doing in the country right now. So 1 in the chat, if I am smarter than them on this specific niche topic. 2 in the chat, if they know more than I do about this specific niche topic. God damn, I'm seeing a lot of 1s. God damn, I'm seeing a lot of 1s. That's a lot of 1s. There's not a single 2 in sight. And so the thing of it is, why do I need to pretend to be stupid to make these people feel better about themselves? Are these people really that insecure? Are these people really that fucking ridiculous that they need me to deny that I'm an expert in something that I am provably an expert in? That I have documented more of than anyone else on the planet, literally. And they need me to say, honey, it's quite possible that you know more than I do about this topic. And I'm just a little woman, and I just don't even know what's going on because I am a woman. Do they really need that? Then they are weak and pathetic, and they, quite frankly, probably need to grow the fuck up and put on a pair of big boy pants and learn to exist in the world. You're a Jew because you know more than me about this specific topic. Grow up. This is why we don't interact with retards on the internet. This is why. This is why. This is why right here. This is why. This is why it's literally unanimous in the chat. Everyone thinks I'm smarter than them on this topic, which is actually the point. And you know what? I'm secure enough in my intelligence that I can say there are probably a great many things that they're smarter than me about. There probably really are. There probably really are. Zach is much smarter than me on like the historical knowledge of all this stuff. There's stuff I'd love to learn from him if he's not going to be an asshole. That Ian Malcolm guy, probably a lot smarter than me on the historical knowledge of this. I can acknowledge that. I can say, yeah, on these topics, you are smarter than me. On this topic over here, I'm smarter than you. And like I said, my goal was to say, you are smarter on this topic. I am smarter on this topic. Let's talk. Let's talk. Because there's overlap between this topic that you're smarter on and this topic that I'm smarter on. So maybe if we both acknowledge that the other is the expert in their area, then we can talk about what the overlap is and what the overlap is not, and come to some semblance of what the truth is, and maybe gain some insight that we didn't have before. That was what I wanted. But instead what I got is, Carlin, aren't you going to admit that it's the Jews? Well, I admitted that it's the Jews 2 days ago. Well, aren't you going to say it again? You haven't said it 15 times today, Carlin. Do you really believe that? Because I keep trying to get you to say it's the Jews, and I say, well, I actually already said that, and they go, but aren't you going to say it again and again and again and again and again and again and again? And I'm like, when do we get to move on? When do we get to the part where we have an intelligent conversation? When do we get to the part where we can learn from each other because you acknowledge that I'm the expert in my thing and I acknowledge that you're the expert in your thing? When do we kick out the retards like Leonarda and Truth Teller and fucking Witsit? I don't want to talk to any flat earth fucking moron. I don't want that. I did not agree to talk to any flat earth retard when I'm trying to have an intelligent conversation. Oh, you're using this type of fallacy. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what fallacy I'm using. I don't care, because none of you care about what the truth is. You only care about having your bias confirmed. That's it. You only care about getting people to say the words that you want them to say. You're no fucking different than the MAGA-tards that are like, if you don't vote for Trump, then you are voting for a communist. You're no fucking different than the left, who's like, if you don't say what we want you to say, then you are a racist and a transphobe. Fuck all of you. Everyone. It's a situation about niches. I could probably trounce Carlin when it comes to IT topics. True. You absolutely could, Sam, and I am willing to concede that you are much more of an expert on IT topics than I am. Do you know why I can concede that? Because I'm not a self-conscious little bitch. I don't need to be smarter than everyone on every possible topic. But I will not deny that I am absolutely smarter on this one teeny tiny little weird niche that I've created for myself. I know more about socialist ideology than most socialists do. That's true. Yeah, all they heard is, you're smart. You think you're smarter. And they didn't even let me finish my sentence. Then they got fucking triggered. How dare you? How dare you are a woman. You can't be smarter than us about anything. Well, you don't think there are topics in the world that women are smarter than you about? That's just a sign that you got a tiny dick, bro. I'm sorry you got a tiny dick. I really am. That's not like, I'm sorry. I really am, but that's not my concern. They wanted a circle jerk. Yup. They hear the word Jews and it's like porn to them. They probably get hard when they hear them. Like, oh my God. She said the Jews. Oh my God. She said the Jews. Oh my God. Ah! It's the Jews as their catechism. It's why they repeat it so often. Yup. True. Flat earthers should not be included in any serious discussion. Yup. True. If you can't figure out the truth that has been known since ancient Greece, maybe you should just sit down. Yeah, I agree with that. I do. I am French and Irish and English in that order. French and Irish, and apparently Spanish and Portuguese. I never even knew I had Spanish and Portuguese in me. That was actually enlightening with the 23andMe. Well, someone's like, I don't think anyone cares. Well, apparently they're calling me Jewish an hour after I left. So someone cares. You guys can't see what I'm looking at. I'm literally more Aryan than any of the people in the space I just left. Literally more Aryan than any of the retards from that space. Oh my God. It's so upsetting. It's like, why does it have to be this way? Why? Why does it have to be this way? Let's see. Flat earthers, cunty comedians, Microsoft Paint artists. Who needs Jewish? Oh, fuck. That's a good fucking meme. Thank you. Retweeted, Tony. Retweeted. Yo. You want to put some more Irish in me? Is that what you're saying? Are you making me an offer? Are you making me an offer I can't refuse? Leonardo grew up Muslim? Well, that's why she's such a pent-up bitch, isn't it? Oh, look. Let's look at the replies. They're probably all crying. Chuckles and Arian. Oh, well. Here's how we deal with these people. Block. You convinced me that you're Jewish. Block. Guys, pro tip. Pro tip. Anytime you're blocking someone, also hide their reply because that really pisses them off. And you get people to identify themselves, and then you go, block. You could have been taken seriously and considered something interesting to say if you didn't present it so cunty. If you want to be taken seriously in our circles. I don't want to be taken seriously in your circles. I only want to be taken seriously by people with IQs over 100. I don't know why this is unclear. I don't know why this is unclear. I really don't. I don't know why this is unclear. You're right. I walked right into it. Touche. Touche. Your anger is righteous indignation and it's needed. It's like, bro, like you're telling me these are the people that are going to save us from the fucking Jewish problem? And all he's like, we can't talk about it. We're literally talking about it right now. That was like one of their big things. They're like, we can't even have these conversations. I was like, we're literally having a conversation right now live on the internet. Like, we're literally doing it right now. We're doing the thing that you guys say that we can't do. It's literally happening. It's happening right now. Let's see. We'll block him later. Cringe. Who's this person calling me cringe? Okay, so she has 111 followers. Oh, she retweets Myron? Oh, God. Block. Ugh. Hide and block. Goodbye. So you just have the mentality of one because you wouldn't say the things we wanted you to say. You're just retarded. I don't know why these people think I want to appeal to them. I really don't. Like, see, Yasmin, can we talk? You are more into drama than me you are more into drama than me. I think we can agree on that. You are more into drama than I am. Yasmin, the job I would like to give you and I will entrust you with is you need to warn me about these things. I have no idea who that truth teller asshole is. I don't care who he is. He is a do-nothing moron behind an anonymous account that's going to spend all his time complaining about the fact that he has to be anonymous or he's going to lose his job. He's not smart. He's not insightful. He's not on my level at all. I need a warning. I need people to warn me when people are friends with Myron. Because if you're friends with Myron Gaines, can we just be honest and say, I really shouldn't be interacting with you? In fact, this is a good lesson for next time. This is a really good lesson. I should have asked for a list of people who are going to be involved in that Twitter space, and then I should have run it by Yasmin. Be like, Yasmin, tell me who these people interact with. Go be a fucking detective. Tell me what's yeah, I know, I'm shadow banned on Twitter right now. I know that. And then Yasmin can say, Carlin, this person is friends with Myron Gaines, and then I need to negotiate a solution to that. Be like, this person's not going to be involved in this. I simply cannot have anyone involved with Myron Gaines anywhere near me. It's just not worth my time. Like, there's a list of people who are just like, no. I'm just, no. Like, there's no reason. Yasmin is our chief drama officer. True. That's a good title, Reagan. I mean, maybe you did, Yasmin, and I just wasn't paying attention. That entirely could have happened. Just because they've been talking shit about you for an hour doesn't mean they care. It actually does, though. Because here's the thing, retards. Here's the thing for the retards in the space that are probably still talking about me an hour and a half later. Here's the thing. When you don't care about something, you don't talk about it. See, like, after this stream is over, I'm going to block this person. In fact, why don't I just block them right now? Why don't I just do this right now? Hide and block. That's the rule. Hide and block at the same time, because people really hate it when you hide their stuff. After I finish this stream, I'm literally never going to think about the people in that Twitter space again. I'm not going to, I've blocked most of them. I will continue to block the ones I need to block. I'm literally never going to think about them again. I don't even know who most of them are. I don't really care who most of them are. Even Leonardo. Like, I stopped thinking about Leonardo a long time ago. I thought about Leonardo when she tried to ratio me. And then she failed epically, and I only had 2 people in my feed, and I blocked her, and I blocked those 2 people. I hadn't thought about her until she showed up in this space and was acting like an unhinged fucking trailer park whore. Like, I have no reason to think about her. I mean, you're in my chat. You tell me. Apparently, people are still going on and on and on about me an hour and a half after I left a Twitter space that I probably shouldn't have done in the first place. But the thing is, if you're seriously spending all this time complaining about someone, you're seriously I don't even care what they said in that Twitter space. Like, I truly don't even care. It's like, I'm not going to go back and listen to it. We move on to the next thing. We focus our energy and attention on people that make our lives better, not people that just make our world descend into like insanity and nonsense. There's confusion because of your focus on the resistance as compared to the establishment left. It doesn't sound like what they're used to. Well, if it's not what they're used to, that is a really good time to, I don't know, ask questions and learn something new. But if you're not capable of doing that because you're convinced you're the smartest person in the fucking world, like, I'm not the smartest person in the world. There are people who know more than I do. And if I have a question about something, I'm going to go watch a video on that thing. I'm going to go watch a training on that thing. I'm going to go research it. I'm going to ask someone who knows more than me. It's like when I asked Big Tech to red pill me. I knew I didn't know the answer to all this, but I knew he did. So I was like, can you just give me this information? Can you just give it to me? I know you know it. And he did. And it was fun. And it didn't have to be a big thing. Like, I wasn't personally offended that he knew more about this topic than I did. And I don't think he was offended that I knew more about the socialist left than he did, because he admitted that he learned stuff from me. He may not admit it publicly, but he did admit it in private. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm still gonna run with it. I'm still gonna own that. But like, that's why it worked. It was like, I had questions on a topic he knew about. I fucking asked him. I listened for the information. I went and did research on my own. I talked to him about things, and I learned some stuff. He came to my streams, and he may have pretended they were boring later, but I know that he learned stuff. I know that he did. I heard him talking about it on his streams. That's how it should work. That's how these discussions should take place. But if you have a group of people that are more interested in, like, being the big man and blah, 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 and putting the woman in her place, and oh my God, you're Jewish and you're fat, and it's like, you can't have a conversation with those people. This is part of the reason I actually think Big Tech's dick is probably as big as he says it is. I know that just went in a weird direction, but the fact is that, you know what? Men who actually have giant cocks, they don't have the confidence issues that we saw displayed on that Twitter space tonight. That was a Twitter space full of small-dicked men. So, and I never got that from Big Tech because he wasn't trying to prove anything to me. So maybe he really does have a giant cock. Who knows? Good for him if he does. But yeah, there was small PP energy tonight because they couldn't admit that they didn't know everything. And it's like, it actually takes a stronger person, it takes a better person to admit that they don't know everything. It's not impressive to me when people believe that they have to be an expert in everything. It's actually much more impressive to me when people are like, I don't know the answer to that. I mean, small, like, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about this dick size thing, though. It's whatever your perception of small is. So some men who might have a perfectly adequate dick, they might believe that their dick is small. And so if they believe that their dick is small, even if it's a perfectly adequate size, they're going to be self-conscious about it, and they're going to act in a certain way where they're going to be constantly trying to prove themselves over and over and over and over and over again. So it's not like a specific size. It's like, and there's a lesson in that, right? Even if you think you have a tiny dick, even if you think your dick isn't as big as other dicks, just act like you have a big dick. Just convince yourself it's fine. It's really the swagger that matters more anyway, honestly. Except if it's really small, and that's going to be a problem. But usually it's more about confidence than it is actually about size. I identify as having a big dick. I don't even have a dick. I don't even have a dick. I identify as having a big dick. I had more big dick energy than any person in that space. And I think we can all agree on that. Yup, I agree with that. Girth does matter more than length. It does. Well, length matters too, though, if we're honest about it. You know what, Joseph? It's 1:30 in the morning. I'll talk about big dick if I want to, all right? All right? I have a very hypersexualized sense of humor. How does someone with crippling anxiety gain confidence? First of all, you have to understand that, hang on, I'll make myself big for this one. He's asking a serious question. There might be people with crippling anxiety that have this problem. And listen, let's just acknowledge that. That's a real thing. And I don't mean to diminish it. We're having a little bit of a lighthearted conversation tonight. This is a serious question, though. How does someone with crippling anxiety gain confidence? I think that the first thing that you have to understand is that oftentimes, even when people might present as having confidence, most people are really not confident. And so the first thing you need to understand is you are not alone in having anxiety. You're really not. Most people have been in your shoes before. What that means is that is a situation that you can pull yourself out of. There is a solution to this. It doesn't need to be perpetual. It doesn't need to be forever. You can gain confidence. This is a solvable problem. The reason I say that that's the first thing is that you have to believe that there may be a reality in which you have crippling anxiety right now. There is also another future reality in which you don't have that crippling anxiety anymore. So try to imagine that state. What would it feel like if you were in that state? How would you behave if you were in that state? What would you do? Sometimes you might want to practice just showing up differently. Like, go to some sort of place where you're kind of just like, Go to like some crowded place. Go to like a mall or like someplace in a city where like no one really knows who you are, no one cares who you are. And just walk around that crowded place where no one's really going to care what you're doing. Walk around that place like you're the most confident fucking person in that place. Practice it. Practice talking to people. Practice having social interactions with people. Practice just making small talk. Go to a bar and force yourself to have small talk with someone. You're never going to see that person again. You don't have to. You might even get laid from it. But like maybe you totally fuck it up, but you never have to see that person again, and it's okay. Become accepting of the fact that failure and doing things that are uncomfortable is just a part of the process. But the more that you do things that make you uncomfortable, the more comfortable you'll be doing those things. And just see it as something like it's a process of growth. Okay? So that's kind of like what I would say. I mean, let's not dismiss that weed can help. Listen, man, I live in a world where I'm surrounded by socialist dystopia. But it's real. You think that I could do this without smoking weed? I'm sorry. I just don't think I can. I know that might seem like a crutch, but like, weed is very, very, very helpful. I feel like I would be depressed all the time if I didn't have weed. I feel like I would have anxiety about what's going on in the world all the time if I didn't have that. That's just honest. I'm just being very real with you guys. Like, I'm not saying like I smoke all the time. I don't smoke all the time, but like, I really feel like drugs can sometimes be the answer, and I'm deadly serious. Medication, therapy, get a life coach. There are programs that you can do to help you build confidence. Don't do that pickup artist bullshit. Don't do that. Go get like a real life coach. Fake it till you make it. Yep. I mean, listen, man. White men can have. I've never been with a black man, so maybe like I know like that might be like a whole new level of thing. But I've never slept with a black man. I've only slept with. I think I've only slept with white dudes. I think I have. Pretty sure I've only slept with white dudes. Pretty sure. Yeah, I can't think of someone that I slept with that wasn't white, so that's gonna be my final answer. Yeah, yoga, meditation. I think those are great suggestions. You can do there are hypnosis programs. Like so um go on to Spotify and just find like confidence hypnosis. Hang on, I'll give you what is her name? There was a woman who does hypnotic things on Spotify that I really liked. Confidence hypnosis. I'm gonna forget her name. I'm wondering if it'll just come right up. Well, there are all sorts of like just like hypnosis programs you can do on Spotify. Anna Thompson. Anna Thompson. That's the woman on Spotify that she does great you just play it while you're sleeping. Anna Thompson. Her hypnosis things are great. I've had CBD and that helps some. Haven't tried. I mean, CBD can be CBD can be a good solution too. And by the way, I'm not saying that you should become dependent on drugs. I feel like I could stop smoking weed if I wanted to. I'm not addicted to it or anything, but like I feel like it's something that if you can use it in moderation and it helps you, that's a good thing. The moment that you become dependent on something, the moment that you're like people that smoke weed all day every day, that's insane. It's a medicine. It's a tool. It's not supposed to be your life, okay? I mean, I had to go through a list in my head to make sure, but I couldn't think of anyone that wasn't white. Yeah, Anna Thompson hypnosis is good. It's very soothing. No, CBD is not weed. Not really. It doesn't have THC. Yeah, these glasses, I actually got these glasses when I went undercover at the socialism conference last year specifically to look like a leftist. And I just think I think it's funny. And I actually do like them, but like I like big gaudy things, but anyway. Anyway, let's check in on the Twitters. Let's see if anyone else is crying in my Twitter feed. Let's see if anyone else is crying. I remember Brian. I remember him from back in the day. Brian got in trouble in Michigan. Bot, did Leonarda ever respond acknowledging that she spelled Dunning Cougar incorrectly? Nothing is happening on Twitter. No more crying. They blame the Jews because they themselves are controlled by extraterrestrial aliens that are invading our world, and only the Jews have the power to stop them. I don't know about that, Mark Robichaud. No, I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to. Why, Yasmin? I don't want the drama. Like, listen, man. I know I'm doing a stream right now, but in real life, as soon as this stream is over, I'm gonna forget. I'm probably gonna smoke a bowl and go to bed. Like, I mean, I just don't like. I don't. Okay, but like, I mean, like, why? It was so boring. It was so boring, though. It was so. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I know they're dumb, but like that's beneath us. It's beneath. Well, Yasmin, you like the drama. See, I actually don't really like drama. I will engage with drama when I need to, but it's just like again, I feel like I feel like I'm just around people who are beneath me. And I know that sounds condescending as fuck. I understand that. I understand that sounds condescending as fuck, but it's just like, I don't want to be around that. I don't want that element in my life. I had a great conversation with Zach. I thought Zach was very smart. I had listened to some of and I thought that like some of his spaces were good. Like, but I only listened to a very, very brief, like, and I thought there were parts of that space that were good. I thought some of the questions were good. I thought it was okay. But it's also just like, but once it went downhill, it's like, there's no saving that. It's just boring, and it feels beneath me, and it feels low, and I don't want to interact with that energy. And so, no, they can and cry and whine, but it's like, how do people think that Leonardo woman is smart? This is the thing that boggles my mind. How do people think? The moment he said, I think that Leonardo is very intelligent, I was like, oh. I was like, that really should have been the moment that I left. I was like, oh. This is about to go horribly wrong, isn't it? This is about to go completely off the road. Yes, he called her smart. He said, I think she's very intelligent. That was the oh shit moment. That was where I was like, well, that's kind of the same thing, is it? Well, Truth Teller might be smart compared to Myron, but that's not high enough of a bar for me. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Hey, by the way, it's Bot's birthday, so everyone wish Bot a happy birthday. We appreciate you, Bot. You're smarter than everyone that was in that Twitter space tonight. Let's see if anyone else has responded to this that I need to block. Your attitude was disgusting. Weak, small-dicked men don't like me, guys. Weak, small-dicked men don't like me. I would have been interested in hearing how you got that law changed. Well, I don't feel like teaching you about that. As that is an accomplishment that could be emulated by other Nazis to create a social and academic change. But the way you presented your art... See, here's the thing. Here's the thing for our low IQ retard friend, William. How many followers does William have? Probably like 3. 40. Fucking 40 has stuff about being a white, like, bro. Guys. These are the types of profiles that you don't interact with. These are the types of profiles that if you see that someone has got something about being a white man and they've got a fucking salute and they only have 40 followers, and like these are not the people that you interact with. These are not the people that you take seriously. These are not the people that you take advice from. Because here's the thing. If you are actually serious about making change, if you're actually serious about accomplishing things in the real world, you will be committed to achieving those things regardless of if you have to interact with a bunch bitchy, cunty woman or not. If a bitchy, cunty woman can teach you how to do something that is of real world value, then you know what you do, William? You put on your fucking big boy pants, you check your fucking ego, and you learn the information, and then you go out and do it in the real world. And I'll tell you this, anytime that someone has genuinely tried to learn from me and shown genuine curiosity, I am far less of a cunt. I am far less of a bitch. If they're genuine. But you know who I will never, ever, 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 ever take seriously is men who say, you've got really important things to say and you've done really important things in the world, but you're such a bitch and you have such an attitude that I don't even care to learn how to do those things. That's not serious, bro. That's not serious. Yeah, William is the farmer of Retardia. Exactly. William has a plot picked out in Retardia. He's going to fuck it up. He's not going to be able to actually do any farming because he refuses to learn how to do farming because he expects everyone to cater to him and to coddle his fragile sensibilities. Yup, he also called me a Nazi. I just don't think that's very nice. I don't think that's very nice at all. So we're going to hide and block because that's what we do. We hide and block. Let's put that on the screen for a second. Let me go back in the chat. I think living in the communist part of the country is making, well, the entire country is communist, bro. You think, where do you live? What? Tell me a school district near where you live, and I'll show you how the school district's taken over by communism. You think there's not, bro. This guy thinks that there's still non-communist parts of the country, guys. Oh, he's from Texas? Bro, you know Texas is gonna go blue, right? You know all of those immigrants who are coming over the border? You know all those refugees who are coming from California and moving to Texas? Texas is going to go blue, and it's probably going to be in the next 4 years. So, oh my God. We are so fucked. We are so fucked. Yeah, you are right what you mentioned. You can go by a philosophy of a person who wrote more than 150 years ago, but the reality we live in is today. And that's exactly the point. It's like, listen, man, I'm not going to poo-poo learning the philosophy, but the fact of the matter is that everyone focuses on the philosophy. Literally, everyone focuses on the philosophy. Everyone. So do you really need another person spouting the philosophy? Or maybe can I carve out this little niche for myself where I'm like the only person talking about what I'm talking about? Actually, I'm not even the only person. That's not true. Andy No talks about this. Trevor Loudon talks about this. Stu Studio talks about this. There are other people doing this. I've been doing it longer than a lot of them. Andy No's been doing it longer. No, actually, I won't even say that. Andy No and Trevor Loudon have been doing it longer than I have. Isn't there value in knowing what's going on in the real world that's more than what happened 150 years ago? I don't know, man. Yeah, it's probably better you don't know. Probably better. Bro. All right, you're in for a surprise. You don't want to listen? That's fine. I don't really care, bro. I don't live in Texas. I live in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is about 1,000 times more free than Texas is. You guys are like number what on the freedom scale? You're like state number 20 out of 50. New Hampshire's number 1, so I feel comfortable about my choices. Anyway, let's see. Is there anything else going on Twitter? She's a spy. I'm a spy. She's still tweeting about me? She's literally still tweeting about me. I'm gonna be like, hey girl, why'd you crop my husband out of that picture? Are you upset you don't have one? Hey retard. Why'd you crop my handsome husband out of that picture? You upset you don't have one? She tweeted this 13 minutes ago. She's still thinking about me. And look, is my feed full of people? Look at my notifications, guys. Is my feed full of people from Leonardo? No. No, it's not. My feed is so quiet. My feed is so quiet. You want to know why? Because I've blocked most of her followers because they're stupid and they can't do anything to me. This is like out of sight, out of mind. You let the unhinged retard scream on whatever part of the internet you want, but they can scream over there. You don't have to engage with that. This is why we don't interact with stupid people. This is why. We don't owe them anything. We owe them literally nothing. What you think of this current system and it will fall and collapse. What you think of this current system and it will soon fall and collapse. Yup, it will. No, we're gonna be in Marxism in about 10 to 15 years. There's gonna be a radical overthrow of the government in about 10 to 15 years. How can we get rid of the two-party system? We can't. We can't. We can't. We can't. We can't. We can't. I'm very sorry, we can't. We are fucked. And everyone should probably just accept that we're fucked. Because these are the people, guys. Because these are the people who think they're going to save us. People like Leonardo are the people who think they're going to save us. This specifically is why we're fucked. This right here. I know I'm not going to save anyone. I might help make some change in my local area. I might get parents to pull their kids out of public school, and you know what? That's great. I might be able to carve out a nice life and nice existence for the rest of the time that I'm on this earth for me and my loved ones. I might be able to do that because I understand what to expect, and I live in New Hampshire, so I have an advantage. But I am well aware that I'm not going to save the world. I am well aware that I can't stop any of this. Morons like Leonardo actually believe that she's saving humanity. She can't even save herself. She's been obsessing about me for literally hours. Literally hours. I live rent-free in this bitch's head. Do you really think anyone that is thinking this much about me? She's like searching for photos of me. She's going through all my photos and cropping them. Be like, oh my God, Carla looks so fat in this one. It's like, this is the problem. And honestly, if I had my way, people like Leonardo would just be excommunicated from society. That's really what I would like. I think there should be like a certain standard for people that we choose to share space with. If this is how she's going to spend her time, we should just she's not useful. She is not useful to us in any way, shape, or form. Watch how easy this is. Watch how easy this is. Watch how easy this is. See, we're going to get Leonardo's trolls in here now. This is like bait, right? You post stuff that is going to attract the trolls. And then you go hide, block. And then you go hide, block. And then it's quiet. And then you never have to hear from them again. That's it. It's so easy. It's so easy. Listen to how quiet it is. Listen. It's great. And then you go into your chat. Because you have to do this on... I hate that Twitter does this. I actually have to go on Twitter into the chat to see what's going on. And then eventually we're going to see people who are chatting in nonsense on my feed. And we're just going to see. We're just going to see. Does anyone here need to be blocked? So this person right here obviously is not smart enough for me to interact with. We know that from the chat. And then we go block. See how easy that is? See how easy that is? And now everything is quiet. And we don't have to hear whining or crying or complaining. It's just chill. It's just chill. Just calm. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, I am not opposed to kidnapping her in the middle of the night and removing her and sending her to another more rural location where she doesn't bother anyone. I'm just saying in my fantasy world. I'm not saying in real life. I'm not advocating for that in real life. I'm not advocating for kidnapping in real life. I'm saying in my ideal fantasy world, this is make believe. I'm not advocating for this in real life. I'm just saying that if I lived in the same town as Leonarda and I was in charge of that town, there would be someone going to Leonarda's house and putting a bag over her head in the middle of the night and throwing her in the back of a van and taking her and driving a very long way. They're going to have to drug her or something because she's going to be crying. They're going to have to tie her up. This is a fantasy. This is not real. I'm not actually advocating for this. I'm not advocating for violence or kidnapping. Just in my mind, in my dream world. And they're going to drive out to the woods a long ass way. We're talking like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles away. And they're going to leave her in the middle of the woods. And they'll untie her and stuff. And then she can wake up hundreds of miles away. And she can make a life for herself somewhere else. I'm not advocating for murdering her. I would never do that. This is just a dream in which I can remove someone from my world that I don't like and put them somewhere else where I never have to interact with them ever. There are many people who would be in that world. Candace Owens would be in the woods. Rabbi Shmuley would be in the woods. Everyone with an IQ below 75 would be in the woods, except for people with Down syndrome, because we can all admit that, like, people with Down syndrome, they bring joy. And there is a pure energy about them. And we don't want to banish them to the woods because they're good. Internally, they're good. And we should take care of them and help them live a good and productive life because they bring love and purity into the world. I'm saying like black people that are criminals and stuff like that, they can go into the woods. They can all live together in the woods, away. It'll turn into like a third world country. It'll turn into Africa. And that's okay. It's okay that it turns, you know what? There are a lot of people that live in Africa, and it's fine. It's fine for them. I don't have to be there, though. I can continue to be in New Hampshire where I am. This is absolutely not going to get me in trouble at all. Oh, really, Haley? Really? Here's how we handle Haley. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. We're going back to the chat. We're going to wait for the chat to load. This negativity is just not doing anything productive. I don't understand why people waste their time focusing on this shit. You are what you do, and this is just gross behavior. Oh, yeah? Hi, Haley. Bye. That's what we do. That's what we do. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Is it cringe? Is it cringe? Bye. See? We're sending everyone out to the woods tonight. Everyone that gets blocked is, oh, wait. We have another. I should really be paying more attention to the chat over on Twitter. Hang on. We're just going to let the chat stay up. Oh, wait, he's actually not being bitchy. Okay, never mind. I misread that. Actually not being bitchy. Not being bitchy. All right, that's fine. Let's go back to notifications. Yeah, well, you just got blocked, so goodbye. I may be crazy, but you don't have to be around me anymore. Goodbye. No, you're not in the woods. You're awesome. I love you. You're awesome. Yup, we can make we could basically make our own like Minecraft server. We can make low IQ island. Yup, we're gonna call the woods Retardia, the land of Retardia. The woods will turn into the Chaz. It's like in Brave New World. That's exactly what it's like, Vince. It's like, you know how in Brave New World they had the Indian reservation? And you had in Brave New World, you have the civilized world and you have the Indian reservation. And the civilized people would take vacations to go and visit the Indian reservation where they would watch the savage. And they would observe the savage from a safe distance where they didn't have to interact with the savage. They would just like watch them. And I feel like we could do the same thing with the woods, right? Where we could build some sort of fucking dome or something. There could be a giant like dome around the woods. And that way we can keep all the people in the woods where they will be happier with each other in their Chaz like African like state. And we can keep them all there in a contained location, but we can go and watch them and just observe. How do all these people, it can be like an experiment. It's like a psychology experiment. How do these people get along when we put them in the woods? What happens? What type of society do they build? How can we learn from them so we can avoid building that type of society? That's what we can do. And that way we can stay in the civilized world and we just go there when we want to. Yeah, we already have places where low IQ people congregate. We call them cities. I mean, I feel like putting them in the woods would just, it would, putting them in the woods would, but it would like, it facilitates the rapid expansion of like survival of the fittest, where they don't have the city to take care of them anymore. They don't have like the resource. They have to fend for themselves. They have to gather their own food. They have to build their own house. They have to like make stuff like a wheel and fire. We're not even giving them matches or anything. They have to figure out how to make fire on their own. So it hastens survival of the fittest. Yeah, we're basically we're basically putting them in an episode of Naked and Afraid. We're basically putting all the stupid people in an episode of Naked and Afraid. Oh, Haley was not talking about, you're talking about Leonardo? Well, I'm sorry I blocked you. Well, sorry. You weren't following me anyway. I love fanciest, Carlin. Am I fanciest or fascist? You know what we learned tonight, conspiracy extremists, is that the term fascist doesn't have a political origin and the epistemology of the word matters than actually just going and putting people in the fucking woods when you don't want to be around them. Remember, guys, it doesn't matter what's happening in the real world. It only matters the epistemology of words. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. All right. Well, okay. So Haley, if you want me to unblock you, put your handle in the chat and I'll unblock you. I can't get to you now though, but put your handle in the chat and I'll unblock you if you're still watching. Fine. 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 Why did that Leonardo girl come after me? Because she's a retard. I think Leonardo, but her tweet was fucking lame in my opinion, so I clicked on Carlin's profile. Hey, welcome, Jaden. Welcome to our world. We're fascists. We want to put stupid people in the woods. Do you want to put stupid people in the woods? We want to build a dome and an environment for them where they can go and enact all their stupid people fantasies and worlds. Would you be on board with that plan, Jaden? Girl, you weren't even following me. Can we just be serious for a second? You weren't even following me. You probably don't even know who I am, and that's cool, man. I'm no one. I'm just a girl on the internet. You don't have to know who I am. But I did offer that if you want to be unblocked, put your fucking handle in the chat. And if you don't want to be, that's cool too. We should watch Lord of the Flies. That's a good idea. There's a new block contender. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Hang on. Oh, yeah? What are you responding to? Look, all of her idiots like, oh, guys, look at this, look at this, look at this. Yeah, see, May, listen, man, there was a time when I had Reactive May blocked, and I was wrong. And then I met Reactive May at AvPack, and she was awesome, and then I unblocked her. Who are you? 15 followers? Wow, 15 whole followers? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is Leonardo still tweeting about me? Can anyone tell me? We're just hanging out, guys. We're not doing anything productive tonight. If you want to hang out and be bitchy in my chat, this is a great night for it. It's a great night. Be like, I know. The Groypers don't like her, apparently. I win again. I win again. You do a good job of handling people's stupidity. When I work with my 15-year-old clients, I have learned patience. Eric, you are incredibly patient. And I hope I didn't let you down tonight, because I know you were the ones that like pushed me into having these conversations. I hope I didn't let you down. But there was only, Eric, there's only so much stupidity I could deal with. I'm an Aries. I felt like I was about 45 minutes more patient in that conversation than I actually should have been. I was dying. I really should have been streaming it, because you guys should have seen my facial expressions. I was like, I was like, I can't even believe this is happening right now. I cannot even believe this. What the fuck is even going on? So I hope I didn't let you down, Eric, but I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing one of those Twitter spaces again. I hope you know that. I can't. I cannot subject myself to that level of stupid. Let's see. Are there any other posts that I made that have a lot of replies on them? Let's look for more people to block. No, we got everyone on that one. Got everyone on that one. Let's see. Is there anyone I need to block on here? Always turns into a debate with retards every single time. Every single time. Can you shut your Jewish mouth for once when someone is talking? Hide. Block. You are an insufferable person. Hide. Block. See how easy that is? Quiet. Peace. Quiet. You don't have to deal with stupid people. You don't have to. You can just block them. It's okay. You don't have to deal with retards. just let it go. You can just block them. And then they go away. And then it is good. No, it's okay. Logos on his channel is fine, but his followers... Yeah, see, the thing is, I like him. I like him. And it upsets me. Because we did have such a good conversation. I had so much hope. I had so much hope after that conversation. I really did. I had so much hope. And then it was dashed in the course of a single space. And then it was over. And then we never interacted with the dissident right again because it was over. And because I don't have the patience for this shit. Yeah, we don't need to be rude. We don't need to be belligerent. We can just chill. Just be quiet. Just chill. Let the retards cry. We don't need to listen to them. Just chill. No, I can't use adversarial people to spread my message. I can't. Because they're not smart enough to understand my message. They get my message wrong. So that is not a reasonable thing. Do I haven't got any more DMs from people? Shit, I've got so many DMs right now. Most of them are good, though. Most of them are good. Some of them are not, but we just block those people, and that's okay. See, guys, not everyone is going to be your friend. Not everyone's going to be on your team, and that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. They don't need to be your friend, but you are under no obligation to interact with them and coddle them. You won't goon? Well, why not? God. Which picture was sexy? Which one? Should I post a sexy picture tonight just to piss people off? I'm going to do it. I have a sexy picture I haven't posted yet. Do you guys want me to post a sexy picture on Twitter just to piss people off? I'm going to do it. It's going to have boobs in it. Not really. Don't get too excited. It doesn't actually show boobs. Posting this for Leonarda to cry about all night, and for the boys to pretend they don't like me. For the boys to pretend they aren't. What should I say? Tell me, give me something. It's a good picture. Give me something saucy to say. What should I put in this caption? Let's do something, you guys can help me. You can co-create this. Thank you for the super chat, Conspiracy Extremist. I invited Leonarda onto my show before she was popular. She mocked me for how little subs I have. Guess who is the only other female I asked onto my dumb show who didn't do that? Fuck that bitch. Honestly, you are way too smart for her, bro. Smart people know that sub count, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. It's can you have good conversations with good people or can't you? Leonardo's not someone you can have a conversation with. You guys are so much smarter than that. Let me see. What should I put in the caption? I'll show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Now help me write a caption. You can see my red hair. Help me write a caption that's going to piss people off. Come on. No, not going to say might delete. Come on, I believe in you guys. Help me write good Catholic girl. No, that's funny though. Shit. One of my crystals just fell on the floor. Shit. Hang on. Pick it up with my feet. Fuck. It's a round crystal. It rolls all over the place. There we go. Oh, I should say, imagine being my husband. Maybe. Maybe. Something for those who hate me to add to their hate spank bank. I don't know if I want to be that vulgar, Vince. I like the direction though. I like the direction. Well, yeah, Leonarda hates having her intelligence brought into doubt because Leonarda knows how stupid she is. I found her trigger and then I was like, poke, 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 and she's still thinking about me 2.5 hours later. I never post a thirst trap. Well, I hope he does. I hope he does. For everyone posting pictures about me. For everyone crying while they post pictures about me, here's another one. Here's another one to add to your collection. No, I don't want to do that. I don't like that. That doesn't have the right vibe. Hang on, this is a serious thing. This is a deeply serious endeavor. I need a caption for this photo that is funny, that is somewhat sexual, that is antagonistic. Here's what we need. Here's what we need. I need funny, somewhat sexual, antagonistic. I need it to be triggering to the right people. This is what we need, guys. Come on, I believe in you. Help me write this caption. Come on. There's over 100 people here. There's people watching on Twitter. You see what the picture looks like. That's what it looks like. You can't see my boobs or anything, but I'm not wearing a shirt. As God intended. Well, it can be towards women or men. There are a lot of men calling me ugly tonight, and I kind of would like to jab at them a little bit. For everyone, something about living rent-free in their heads. These ain't Jewish. That's funny. That's funny, but my boobs aren't in it. How do you like... Yo. Okay. Winner. You know what? You quoted one of my favorite movies of all time. Winner. How do you like them apples? Kissy face. There you go. Picture posted. They can cry all they fucking want. So you guys want to see it? You want to see it in all its glory? I like this picture of me. I think it's a cool picture. I think my hair looks very red. That's the picture. What do you guys think? I actually took this one several weeks ago. I just didn't post it. I think it's a nice picture. I think I look good. I think it looks good. You can't see nothing. It's okay. It's all right. Is that all right? See. See? Doesn't my hair look good, though? It looks nice and red. You like it in a no homo kind of way? Thank you, bot. We need to be very clear that I don't like women. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yup, my hair is red now. My hair is red. It is true. Yup. Mother of the house of Borisenko. My hair is definitely red. Irish hair. But remember, guys, I'm really secretly Jewish. Totes. Totes. When you don't tell low IQ assholes on the internet what they want to hear, you're Jewish. I think it's not too much. I almost posted it cropped to here because the Groypers gave me such shit. Not all of them. But when I posted that Thai photo, they get like some of the Groypers really didn't like the Thai photo. Some of them did like it. Some of them pretended not to like it, but they really did like it. But there were a couple Groypers who gave me so much shit because there was side boob. And I was like... So I just didn't I was like, I just don't feel like dealing with it. Like, whatever. Yeah, I think the Thai photo was hilarious, okay? I think the Thai photo was hilarious. If they don't like it... May says she's too busy being a performative racist on Twitter and dating black guys. Leonardo dates black guys? See, now it all makes sense. All makes sense. Carlin describes her very not real Fuck you either way. I've already been clipped. Oh, God. How much trouble am I about to get in for this clip? Hang on. Let's see what this clip actually says. Oh, no. What did he clip? I am not opposed to kidnapping her in the middle of the night and removing her and sending her to another more rural location where she doesn't bother anyone. I'm just saying in my fantasy world. I'm not saying in real life. I'm not advocating for that in real life. I'm not advocating for kidnapping in real life. I'm saying in my ideal fantasy world, this is make-believe. I'm not advocating for this in real life. I'm just saying that if I lived in the same town as Leonarda and I was in charge of that town, there would be someone going to Leonarda's house and putting a bag over her head in the middle of the night and throwing her in the back of a van and taking her and driving a very long way. They're going to have to drug her or something because she's going to be crying. They're going to have to tie her up. This is a fantasy. This is not real. I'm not actually advocating for this. I'm not advocating for violence or kidnapping. Just in my mind, in my dream world. And they're going to drive out to the woods a long-ass way. We're talking like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles away. And they're going to leave her in the middle of the woods. And they'll untie her and stuff. And then she can wake up hundreds of miles away. And she can make a life for herself somewhere else. I'm not advocating for murdering her. I would never do that. This is just a dream in which I can remove someone from my world that I don't like and put them somewhere else where I never have to interact with them ever. I feel like this is all completely reasonable. I don't feel like I'm being unreasonable here. There are many people who would be in that world. Oh, Candace Owens would be in the woods. It keeps going. Oh, no. Rabbi Shmuley would be in the woods. Everyone with an IQ below 75 would be in the woods, except for people with Down syndrome, because we can all admit that, like, people with Down syndrome, they bring joy. And there is a pure energy about them. And we don't want to banish them to the woods because they're good. Internally, they're good. And we should take care of them and help them live a good and productive life because they bring love and purity into the world. I'm saying like black people that are criminals and stuff like that, they can go into the woods. They can all live together in the woods, away. It'll turn into like a third world country. It'll turn into Africa. And that's okay. It's okay that it turns, you know what? There are a lot of people that live in Africa, and it's fine. It's fine for them. I don't have to be there, though. I can continue to be in New Hampshire where I am. All right, I'm going to retweet that. I am not opposed to kidnapping her in the middle of the night and removing her and sending her to another hang on. I just don't think that any of this is unreasonable. Oh God, I'm about to get canceled. It's fine. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Rural location. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Women are very rarely funny. This was hilarious. W me. W me. All right, let's see how many people we need to block on the picture. Watch this. Hide. Block. Yeah. 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 Hang on.
Carlin Borsenko's my girl.
True. I don't think Nick appreciates when I post those pictures either, though. Because the groypers get all riled up. They send in super chats. He has to deal with it. Let's see who's liked the picture. Let's see who's liked it. The secret likes. Let's see. I'm outing people now. All right, gotta get those likes up. That's okay. It's late. There will get more likes as the night progresses. Oh, I may want to spell reasonable correctly. Yeah, okay. Unreasonable with an E. We're spelling unreasonable with an E tonight. All right, I don't really have anything else to talk about. It's 2 a.m. I'm all revved up on the internet. I've caused trouble. I've had a group of people whose head I'm living in rent free. I now have more information about another corner of the internet that I never, ever, 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 ever want to interact with ever again. Never again. Now, oh, Greekoid! There he is. We knew he was coming. We knew it. We knew it. Oh, man. See, here's another retard. Your voice acknowledges you're single with no kids or your boyfriend paints his toenails. I have been married for 13 years to a very strong, very straight, very non-painted toenails Ukrainian man that probably has a bigger cock than you do, dear. But since you're causing problems in my feed, here's what we're gonna do. Watch how this works. Watch how this works so simply and beautifully. I know I'm reviewing this a lot tonight, but you know what? We have a lot of people who we're interacting with tonight. Where's the chat? Watch how this works so simply. Where's the chat? I know I'm reviewing this a lot tonight, but here it is. Here's the chat. Here's the chat. The chat's gonna load. We have to give it a second. You cheated on your wife with the like button. See, and then no, my husband's not actually Jewish, smartass. Nope, not. See, and then we can tell that this is a person that we don't want to interact with. stupid fucking toxic hate monger, and we go block. And that's probably the most attention he's ever gotten in his life on Twitter. And now he's gone, and we never have to think about him again. How about them sliced apples and peanut butter? See, that's what I'm saying, Kino. I mean, I like that picture. I think that picture's good. It's not cheating to like a picture. I'm not even naked. Jesus. You mean the Thai one? What other one? They assume my marital status because they have really convinced themselves that the only people that can get married are people that they personally approve of, that meet some sort of ridiculous societal standard of beauty or whatever the fuck. But little do they know. Can I tell you guys a secret? There are a lot of men out there who like women like me. There are a lot of men who like women like me. There really are. I may not be the thinnest, and I may not be the prettiest, and I may not be the dumbest, and I may not be the most feminine. But there are, in real life, a lot of men out there who like women like me. And those men sometimes want to marry women like me. And that's just the way it goes. And all of the men who are unmarried, who are not having sex, can pretend that the only women worth marrying are young and super skinny and dumb and little girls. And sure, men are allowed to like that if they want. People can like whatever they want. But there are a lot of men out there who like women like me. And that's just the way it goes. But men on the dissident right don't understand that. Men on the dissident right, the groypers are having all sorts of feelings. Men on the dissident right. Actually, no, that's not even true. Actually, you know what? You guys don't. I shouldn't say this on the internet. You guys don't know what my DMs look like. I was going to say men on the dissident right don't like women like me. That's not even true. No tie. Oh, thanks, bot. They haven't lived until they've been with a thick, big bone woman. Listen, men, they're just men that like ass. And I've got a great fucking ass. Kino's seen me in person. I'm saying like purely platonically, Kino, because like, you know, I know you don't think of me like that, but can you confirm that I've got a great ass? Because I do. I have a great ass. I do. It's true. Anyway, we're just hanging out. Yep, Nick has seen my ass in person as well. It's true. Yep, Amelia knows. We know. And you know what's funny too is it's always the men who pretend like here's what happens. Let me know if you're a woman that's had this experience where like there are some men who think that they're doing women like me a favor. Like, and this is, I haven't dated in like a long ass time. So like we're going back into the fucking archives. I've been married for 13 years. But like back in the day, I do remember, yeah, you thought I was a floating torso this whole time. Yeah, I do have an ass, I promise. Back in the day, there are men who like, they think that they're doing you some sort of favor by like spending time with you or hanging out with you or dating you. And usually those men tend not to be very fun because they're not like, they're just like, they're kind of using you and you might be using them in some respects, but it's like, it's not going to be a long-term thing. It's just fucking around, right? But those are the men that get so offended when you reject them. Those are the men that get really pissed off. And then they're like, and then they get all mad and they act like, you know, I was doing you a favor, even giving you the time of day. And it's like, well, You seem to enjoy yourself, so I don't know if this was just about, I don't know about that. And then they act like they never liked you in the first place, and they call you ugly, and they call you ugly at all. So you know when men, I'm hesitating to say this on the internet. It's the men, okay, hang on. It's the men that hang out with you that make a big show for their friends of how ugly you are and how fat you are and how gross you are and how disgusting you are. But they didn't mind hanging out with you, and they didn't mind other things. It was only when you rejected them to say, you know what, I'm just not that into it anymore. And then they make this big fucking show to their friends about she is fat and she is ugly and she is this and she is that. Those are the men. That's how you know they really like you. And that's how you know they always liked you. Because when you rejected them, they flew off the handle and seethed and coped and made it out to be like, you know, they were doing you such a favor by even being in the same room as you. But if that were really true, they wouldn't be so upset that they're flying off the handle and making a big production of how awful you are and how they never liked you and they never wanted you and all this stuff. You just go away. If someone says, you know what, bro, I'm just not into this anymore, like, and you're like, like if you're not really that into it, you just go away, right? Men being rejected, offended at rejection is a bitch move anyway. Ain't that the truth? I haven't got much effort to put in. Women can take me if they want me. Well, that could get you into trouble, though, couldn't it? Couldn't that get you into trouble? Anyway. Oh, look, Beardson liked it. I unironically adore Beardson. Look, they still have my name in the title. They're still all talking about me. They're still all complaining. Still got my name in the title. Didn't learn a thing from me. Didn't learn nothing. I unironically adore Beardson. Beardson has actually like really grown on me. I actually think there's something really adorable about Beardson. I know Beardson and I didn't get started off on the right foot, but like there's just something that's really, I don't know. I mean this genuinely. There's just something that's really endearing about him. I just like him. I don't know. Yeah, as long as your husband finds you attractive, then everyone else can fuck off. Exactly. Exactly. In the Twitter space they did? They made it, did they seriously make this into a Twitter space about me? Have they been complaining about me in this Twitter space for 3 fucking hours? That's kind of incredible when you think about it, isn't it? That's kind of actually incredible. It's kind of incredible that I had such an impact on them. I just wanted to talk about what we do literally every single day. And I wanted to have a reasonable conversation. And then I so get into the head of these people that they spend literally out. There are 800 people right now in that Twitter space doing nothing but complaining about me. That's actually kind of amazing if you think about it. I mean, come on. Why can't we get people this excited about like actual things that are serious and that are impacting their lives? How can we harness this? How can we harness this unique skill set that I have to just work my way into the subconscious of people in a way that they will never fully recover from? How can we harness this to get people to care about things that matter? Because I mean, listen, as amusing as it is that there are 850 people that are still just sitting around a Twitter space just complaining about me. As amusing as that is, can't we put that energy to better use? Couldn't more be accomplished? Couldn't more people be red-pilled? Couldn't more people... I just don't understand. I really don't get it. It's like you're trying to convince me that you're serious people that care about doing things in the world, and you're spending 3 hours on a Twitter space complaining about me? I'm literally just a girl on the internet, man. I'm just a girl with a webcam. I'm just a girl on the internet that is more productive than everyone in that Twitter space combined, but you know. What are Taurus females like? Well, I mean, Taurus is going to be the most notoriously kind of like cautious and slow moving. Well, okay, so it really depends. Like, you're not just what your sun sign is, right? But like, Taurus is going to be cautious. It's going to be slow moving. You're going to be a little cheap. You're not going to want to splurge on things, right? But consistent, reliable, maybe a little boring, but sometimes boring is okay. Sometimes we need boring. You're probably going to be... Now, Tauruses will hold on to things. You will probably hold on to a grudge forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And that might be something you want to work on. That's all I have. Yeah, they're still going. Yeah. Yeah. There's a group of socialists complaining on Reddit right now. A few of them spend 16 hours a day. I don't know how people exist like this. I really don't. Virgos are hardworking, focused, detail-oriented. Like, you can sit down and do like meticulous, quiet, internal. What else? Virgos have very sensitive bodies. They're very sensuous. That's all I'm gonna say. See, look, they're all coming in. No e-girls ever. I love it. I fucking love it. See, look at... fucking love the Groypers, man. Love the Groypers. Oh, bro, so this guy unfollowed me? Bet you never followed me in the first place. You know what we do when... Do you know what we do when someone says they unfollowed you? Hide. Block. Hide. Block. She came from... This is how badly I've triggered this bitch. Look at this. This bitch logged in on a second account. She literally logged in on a second account. All right, Keto, I'm refreshing. Jesus Christ. Did you say something to her or something? Wow. Wow. Yeah. Totally not triggered. Hang on. I'm gonna make this smaller so people can see the picture. There we go. And then hang on. shit. I can't. I need her to be bigger. Okay. Hang on. There we go. Oh, so you just got basically my boobs and this. Okay. Perfect. Is so not triggered that she logged in under another account to show us how not triggered she is. Hang on. Retard Leonarda. Should I just call her Leonard? Just for fun? I don't like retard. Can we think of another nickname for her? What's a good nickname? Low IQ Leonarda. That's it. Low IQ. Low IQ Leonarda. Because it has alliteration. There we go. People are replying to her. Hang on. I can't believe everyone is just resorting to you're fat, you're a Jew. This is what they do every time. This is literally what they do every time. This is how you know not to take these people seriously. This is how you know not to take these people seriously. This is how you know. It's how you know. Because literally, if all they have is, you're fat, you're Jewish, they're not serious people. When I tried searching you on X, yeah, so I'm shadow banned on X right now for some reason. I don't know why. I think it might be because I posted the Nashville shooter manifesto yesterday. And they made the tweets like sensitive content or something. What do you have to say about those on the edge of Aquarius and Pisces? I mean, you're not on the edge though. You have to find out your time of birth. And your time of birth is your time of birth. So either you are Aquarius or you are Pisces. I'm not an astrologer. I'm a layman. So it's kind of like your time of birth is kind of like absolute. The sun was in a certain sign when you were born. And so some astrologers do these things called the cusp, where like you might have characteristics of some, you might have characteristics of the other. I kind of think you just go based on your time of birth. And even if it's 1 second before, like even if you're like 1 second into Aquarius or 1 second into Pisces, you're still into Aquarius or Pisces. Yeah, I mean, they can't even come up. See, like, they got all offended when I was like, you guys are not creative. And then they literally can't even come up with a creative insult. It's like, they're demonstrating. Did she make that seriously? No. No, she had it. No, she had it. Look, she had it. She had it. Listen, man. How hard is she trying? How hard is she trying? She's got the push-up bra going. Like, those boobs are pushed up, too. Those boobs are pushed up extra. It's like she's wearing a push-up bra within a push-up bra. How hard is she trying? You see this image, you know you're about to get knifed in the throat. Anyway. Block. Look how easy. And then it was quiet. And then there was no more. And then it was quiet. Because we don't have to entertain low IQ retards on the internet. We just don't have to. We just block them. We just move on. We just block them. Look, Beardson likes my rant. Everyone should retweet see. Who else can we block? Who else can we block today? Oh, here's one. Watch this. Hide. Block. I hate that there's no one on the internet to interact with. I genuinely hate that there's no one on the internet to interact with. I genuinely hate it. And for some reason, the Groypers are the only ones who understand me. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's no cool people except for the Groypers in my community. That's it. There's no one else. This is like that stream where I literally blocked thousands of conservatives in a single stream. That's exactly what this is. People are, it's almost 3 a.m. though, so we're gonna have to give it up. I'm gonna have to go to bed at some point. You know, I was hoping tonight would be a nice night. I was hoping tonight would just be casual. I was hoping that tonight, you know, we'd have an uneventful Twitter space. But no. 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 Had to deal with nonsense. Had to spend all night blocking people for no good reason. Could have just had a nice conversation. Could have just learned from each other. But no. No. Did I already block people on that one? I think I did. I think I did. If I blocked it. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the state of the dissident right. The only people I take seriously are Nick Fuentes and the Groypers. Cost. I love Cost. I met him on the Twitter space I did with Zach. Don't you know everyone is a Jewish subversive? It's all one giant Jewish subversive orgy, and providing your DNA is proof you're Jewish. Here's how to tell if someone is a subversive. You don't agree with everything I say. You claim you aren't Jewish. You claim you aren't subversive. You post DNA tests. You don't constantly say the N-word. You aren't Scandinavian. You don't wallow in hate. You don't want to murder all whites. You don't have an IQ of 12. You know, winning. Cost winning. Cost W. God, I also can't imagine staying on a Twitter. Either way, no! Logged in. Block. She came from... This is how badly I've triggered this bitch. Look at this. This bitch logged in on a second account. Look how quick. Why can't I get my community to make clips this quickly? She literally logged in on a second account. Thank you for documenting that moment for posterity, Etherwave. I appreciate you. Yep, thank you. All right, Keto, I'm refreshing. Jesus Christ. All right, thank you. Heart, retweet. What are you retweeting? Wait, who is that? Oh, is that her comedy, her other account? Okay, well, whatever. Actually, can I see this? Did she block me? She did. She blocked me. Ew, she blocked me. She's so triggered that she blocked me. Oh. Look at her. Everyone's ragging on her in the comments. See, this is like the best part. Is like when they find a video of me and they're like, let me stop on an inconvenient freeze frame and that proves everything. Here, watch this. Watch how easy it is to make this go away. Block. Block. Look at this. This is great. They're all anonymous accounts too. All these people have following them are anonymous accounts. It's like, this is why and listen, man, I'm not one of those people that I'm like, we should ban anonymous accounts on the internet. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that if the only people you have following you are anonymous accounts, that might say something about you. Okay, I'm checking my DMs. All right, hang on. People are DMing me all fucking night. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a Jew. Yeah. Oh my god. These people are so fucking stupid. She thinks I'm stupid, so she must be Jewish. God, she is like, listen, man, this bitch is really self-conscious about her intelligence. That's how you know she's one dumb cunt. This bitch is really self-conscious about her intelligence. But you know what? We're never going to think about her again after tonight. We're never going to think about her again. Because you know why, guys? She's beneath us. She is absolutely 100% beneath us. And she can cry. Like, let's just consider. Here, this is what I just posted. She thinks I'm stupid, so she must. Look at this. Leonardo's like, I called her fat, so now she's pining to post fat thirst traps. Listen, see, it's like she thinks it's all about her. Nah. It's a little bit just fucking around with her, but it's not like it's the first time I posted like a picture like that on the internet. And then conspiracy extremist is trying to be a good guy. He's like, y'all should combine forces. No, that would never happen. I would never combine forces with someone so stupid. Because her response is, she's a Jew. I just can't. I can't. She is obviously self-conscious about her intellect. She is not to be taken seriously. She has been seething. Leonarda has been seething for 3.5 hours. I'm about to go to bed and she will still be seething. She will literally be seething all fucking night. And we all know it. Because this is who she is. This is all she has. And that's the same with a lot of these people. This is what happens when people don't have any sort of mission or focus or thing that they can do. When people are grifters on the internet, like Leonarda clearly and obviously is. She can't, listen, man, I have managed to carve out a niche for myself that really, like, there are other people kind of tangentially doing similar things, but my niche is my niche. There ain't no one else doing what I'm doing. That's not to say other people couldn't do it, but it's really hard and there's a learning curve and it took a lot of time for me to figure it out. Therefore, it would probably take a lot of time for someone else to figure it out. So I'm just saying, I have carved out a little section of the internet for myself. I have an audience that I'm serving. I have people who only watch my content. I have a focus. I have a mission. I have more than enough things I can do that can occupy my time. I create things, I build things, I share things with the world. I make content that betters people's lives. Leonardo doesn't have that. Because Leonardo is a stupid, retarded grifter on the internet. All Leonardo has is to parrot the talking points of men that are far smarter than she is, though probably not as smart as me. But there are men that are like, pretty much everyone is going to be smarter than this bitch. So what she does is she worms her way into spaces, and she wears low-cut tops with 2 push-up bras because she really needs to push the girls up. Because that's the only way she gets attention. Listen, I don't have to post naked pictures on the internet. I do it for fun. And I'm not even fully naked, but you guys know what I mean. I don't have to wear a push-up bra on the internet. I don't wear any bra on the internet. I don't have to wear a push-up bra on the internet to get attention. I don't have to parrot the talking points of men in order to get them to like me. I just do my own thing, and whoever wants to come hang out with me can hang out. Leonardo doesn't have this. She basically has nothing but copycatting other people and pretending to be smart and pretending apparently to be some sort of comedian, though I just don't know how this bitch could be funny, because in order to be really funny, you have to be smart. And like, maybe maybe she like Chrissy Mayer level. Has anyone actually heard her comedy? Like, is she like a Chrissy Mayer level of comedian? She's like one of those failed comedians that has grifted on to the dissident right because it's the only thing that she has. I think it's a sad existence. I think it's a really sad existence to not have anything for yourself. To not have a way to focus your energy and attention to where you're giving value to the world. This is a person who is destructive. This is a person who, because she has low self-esteem and low self-worth, because she's a low IQ retard, and she knows it. And she knows it. And she's desperate for people to have her on their Twitter spaces, and she's probably desperate to go on people's shows, and she's desperate to be famous, and she's probably one of those people who just, well, we know this because conspiracy extremists told us earlier that he invited Leonardo onto his show, and she was like, your numbers aren't big enough for me. So she's really one of those people, and I'm just like, what a sad existence. How sad. Spent hours tonight complaining about me. I mean, really proved her intelligence quite admirably, because she wasn't capable of actually engaging in any sort of intelligent dialogue. I really should have left the space the minute she was made a speaker. That was my biggest mistake. I should have just left the space the minute that evil cunt was made a speaker. Because that's when I knew. As soon as I saw her pop up, I was like, oh, here we fucking go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Because you guys know how much I love being around people who are desperate to be famous on the internet. You guys know that that's just something that, you know. And how pissed off that these people must be that I gained a platform on the internet without even trying. I literally gained a platform on the internet without trying. I was on all these big shows. I didn't even try. I never even wanted to be on the internet. People like Leonardo, she has framed her entire life around wanting to be famous on the internet, but she doesn't have anything special and she doesn't have anything unique. She's just a mean, stupid cunt. How sad. How sad. Not someone to be taken seriously. Not someone to interact with. Anyway, let's do one final look and see what's what. And then I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm not even speaking coherently anymore because I'm tired. Maybe because your handsome husband doesn't exist. You know what we do with that? Hang on. Is this the person you guys were surprised that I blocked earlier? No. She's definitely getting blocked. Block. Yeah, bagels are awesome. True. Bagels are awesome. All right. That's all I have. That's all I have. I'm going to bed because it's 3 a.m. That was fun though. Could have been a more productive night. Could have been a more productive night. No, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to deal with that shit. Listen, there are many women who have maternal instincts. I'm just not one of them. I'm way too selfish. Here's what would happen if I had a kid. It's like I would birth the kid and I'd be like, and I'd give it to my husband. And I don't think he would appreciate that too much. And by the way, he doesn't actually want kids. My husband actually wants kids less than I want kids. So it's like a mutual thing. Okay, like everyone needs to relax. I don't want to. No. No. You want to know why? Because I like peace. I like quiet. Peace and quiet.